What's going on? What is going on, folks? Come on in. What's going on? What's going on? It is about to. Hey, what's going on, Max? What's going on, folks? I was just listening to you, man. We about to review this. Like this was ridiculous. At the end of this shit, we dropped the link. Con Squad in the house. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, James? Hey, everybody, drop your link in the chat, man, so we can all go and subscribe. Yes, it's about to go down. I might as well drop the link right now. Sheesh, I didn't think it was gonna get cracking like this. This fast. What's going on? Happy Sunday, buddy. Shit. Hear what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for the pull up. What's going on, Tim? Everybody in the building, yeah, y'all come on up, man. I was listening to your boy earlier. He was just full of hate today. Like I've wow, just wow. I've never heard any kind of rhetoric like this. He was full of hate. We gonna be playing this shit. Fuck that. Come on up, we can all review it. I'm trying to figure out why is this dude so full of hate, man? Like, why is this dude so full of fucking hate? Like I know people who you got to hear this. He was just full of hate, man. It was a classic RPR for real. He was full of hate.
What happened?
What's
Yo,
going on,
bro,
Big James? Are we talking about this
man, enjoying this 75-degree weather, upstate New York, Rochester, man.
special show, man?
It's
That's
gonna snow tomorrow though, so enjoy it while it lasts, man.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
coming
man.
around.
Ain't no hating, you know what I mean? I didn't slow down with my trolling, put up my little picture that I had, a while back, whatever. But the main thing is, man, I was outside today, man. I'm glad I had a plan, man, because a man without a plan is destined to fail. Normally, I just get up, do bullshit without thinking about nothing. But this time around, I end up like eating good. Woke up, ate me an apple, some water, took me a shower, went to the store the opposite way of where this thing happened at. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
I come back, I'm chilling on my front of the crib, chilling, watching the kids across the street in the lot, play football or whatever. Little kids, they cool. I always watch them, get them money when I got money, buy popsicles when it's hot, shit like that. Next thing I know, man, fucking 100 shots then ring out up the block.
Damn.
100 shots. So they looking and shit. I'm like, yo, y'all need to go home. Y'all need to run home right now. Know what I'm saying? I got my little chair I was sitting on, my little radio, and took my ass in the house. You know what I'm saying? So that's the things I do in my community anyway. Like, far as just being productive, not trying to be on here being messy, making thousands of videos of people or going on panels and this. I do my thing on here, man, but I try to be productive in my real life. Sometimes you gotta unwind from this shit. You gotta meditate from hate, because hate is a virus, man. It's like cancer. I say kills you inside, mentally, spiritually. Nobody don't want to be around a hateful person. Then some motherfuckers take that hate to their grave, man. Feel me?
I do,
Do
man.
that
I
hate all the
do.
other people.
I
Just like if you're
definitely
gonna
do.
be around 6 people that's broke, nigga, if you be around people that's hateful and you a good person, that shit gonna infect you.
Definitely. He's gonna start becoming what you around, huh?
You already know, man. So
Well,
I try to support the brothers on these platforms, big channels, small channels, young brothers. I, go on their panels, say what's up, because I'm known for like beefing or pulling up on people, but Y'all gotta understand the backstory, man. There's always two sides to a coin, man. Real spill. You know what I'm saying? I always bully the bully, you know what I mean? I never liked the bullies because I was bullied growing up, you know what I'm saying? So now, this lady on this other platform told me, yo, you're not a troll, you a stalker troll. So I'm a stalker troll, yo. I stalk the trolls.
You stalk the trolls.
Yeah,
What's going
man.
on,
You feel
Max?
me? I
Hey, what's
stalk
going on? What's going on, man? What's going on?
cooling,
How
brother,
you doing?
cooling, man. How's everything with you?
Yep.
You heard?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Working. Getting this money out here.
That's
That's a
what's up,
beautiful
man.
thing. Tell him, man. Tell him. When you make your money, you don't got time to hate.
Yeah. Hey, man, that dude, man, he anti-black, man. He pro-white.
Yeah, man, he's tripping, man. He
Yeah, man. And you know
tripping.
what? And what's wrong with Zab? Is Zab some kind of troll, man?
Yeah,
Nah,
Zab the troll.
that's a young nigga, man. He a
But he
young
just
Yeah,
nigga.
he played both sides of the fence, man.
Yeah.
You got to take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm like, he can't be that stupid, man. Like,
Nah, some people are, man. Everybody don't got common sense, brother. Cause comment ain't too common at everybody.
Yeah, he absolutely right about that.
talking about some black youth. The YouTube can't have a sector named white YouTube and black YouTube and Jewish YouTube. So they can't do that. They can get sued for discrimination if they did something. Black
Man,
YouTube, you know.
Nah, black
Talking
YouTube
about-
space. White YouTubers, motherfuckers do like
Yeah,
makeup
when you-
tutorials and toys.
When you
tutorials.
type in black YouTube, what you're going to get is
I don't know.
hashtags made by other YouTube users. Okay, YouTube doesn't actually have a sector named Black YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
This shit was created by the Godfathers. Like, people need to go back and do the history of this space and see how this shit was built. Like, I always still go watch old videos of like Sarge Willie P, like the first sector.
Yeah.
Sarge Willie P still
Yeah,
making
let me say this too, right?
Yeah.
How you gonna? He said 4 billion. He said 4 billion black people can't get to black YouTube.
man, I heard you asking what's stopping him. He didn't really have an answer for you.
Yeah,
dude.
get the fuck. 4 billion black people. Why would Google stop 4 billion black people from coming anywhere on their platform? Whether it be black YouTube, white YouTube. You know how much money they would lose if they tried to stop 4 billion people from coming anywhere on their platform?
Shit. Karis One got a video up right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody need to look it up when he was talking about like Lager and all of that about the Ethiopian gods. But he said, man, what if black people leave America and go somewhere else and build their own country? This economy would be broke.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who want to watch sports? Sports should be jacked up. You know what I'm saying? No more makeup products. You know what I'm saying? We ain't nobody buying no foreigns or clothes. Nigga, we buy everything under the sun. Name it. We get it. What is he? Man, listen. YouTube is worth $1 billion. Maybe, I don't know, but it's up there with the Super Bowl. So, fuck what it is. Fuck what you saying about black folks. So let's talk about how much YouTube is worth. Make it. It's up there with the Super Bowl, homie.
It's a little bit more than the Super Bowl. It's a little bit more than the Super Bowl. What's going on, Joe?
See that? Come on, man. Motherfuckers just talk. They just hear themselves talk. Like, it just sounds good, brothers.
Yo, what's going on there?
Cool, my man. Cool.
What's up, Joe?
Hey, what's up, Max? What's up with you, man?
How you doing?
Obviously, you didn't think about the math of what your boy said.
Oh my God, this mathematics is
4 billion people, 4 billion black people want to come over to see black YouTube, right?
Yeah,
right.
Black people on the planet, though?
Yeah, I would say there's like only 1.8 at the most billion black people. So that would be times 4 almost. Well, times 3 and some change. People don't want to see.
Stupid.
So, I don't, like I said, that's why I don't pay attention to it anymore. I mean, I don't watch them. I don't pay attention really. I mean, I'll come in every blue moon.
Right.
But it gets to a point where it's kind of like, okay, man, let's move on.
Right.
Let's move on.
I'm still trying to figure out what does he do for black people? We keep talking about he helping black people. How?
Right.
by telling them the
Right. I
truth.
don't know. I don't know.
See,
I
you're
need
not
y'all to
listening.
tell me.
He's told you the answer to that by telling them the truth. See, and you're
Oh,
not
that's
telling them the
true.
truth, Max, because you're lying to women, and Conscious, you're lying to whatever, and I'm lying to whoever, and they're lying to such and such, because his intelligence and education is far superior than anybody else's, even though half of it, well, at least Mac, man, at least freaking Arthur and myself went to better schools than he did. So,
Right.
and so the thing of it is I mean, ain't nobody really, it's kind of like, yo, like he came on last week when I was over at Red's the Bad Guys.
Mm-hmm.
And Red pretty much was like, I said, let him on up here because he's still angry about I think who paid for it? BMT and Miss FedEx paid for him to be banned from Regis. So I don't know what they paid for him, but
Oh,
they,
that's all I've been hearing.
I mean, I hope he come over here today because I got some questions, man.
well, hopefully,
I had some serious questions, man. Like, what the fuck?
and well, no, even Max,
Prove that, huh?
no, even the other night, though, not to cut you off, man, but even the other night, Conscious, you ain't did nothing any more different on your show that night when we was on there for like 9 hours. Or well, I mean, I wasn't on 9, but it was about a 9-hour live.
Yeah.
With Psychopathia, me, Max was on here. Nothing was done any different on there than some of the craziness that he did. Now he got mad, I think because somebody was calling him out on this bullshit. So the thing about it is you getting called out. It is what it is.
Yo, he said he told 1,000 people to come over here. 1,000 people.
1,000 people to come over here because 1,000 people don't watch him. 1,000
Dude,
people.
you ain't got no thing. Yeah, 1,000 people.
Because what happens is he looks at that number that he says, 500 some odd people. Okay, yes, 500 some odd people might watch you for an average of 13 minutes.
What is that, man? I gotta find that. What is that he's keeps showing? What is that? Is his main channel?
He keeps showing the playbacks. That's it. The playbacks are, how many times somebody clicks back on the video. That's all it is.
Is that a
That's
Zura?
all that is. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah,
So the thing of it is,
yeah, it's me, Max.
Hey Zura, man, I wanted you to come on the show the other day. You a Z. I did that show for y'all.
Oh, you want me to come on the show?
Yeah, man, I did that. I'm gonna do a part 2. Yeah. I'm gonna do a part. It turned out to be a very good show. It's very informative. Other people came up talking about the Zennials and the Zoomers. I'm gonna do a part 2. We wanted the Z's to come up and talk. Truth did a very good job because he's a Z. He did a very good job. So yeah, man, we wanted you to come on up, man. That show was about you guys.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, what time you going live?
Well, no, I'm not doing it today. I'll let you know when I'm gonna do a part 2.
Yeah, I can start one tonight.
No, I'm gonna do my own. No, but I'm gonna let you know because you were in there, but then you left. I think you left, right?
Yeah, I
was
had
in there for the beginning, and then you left.
You left at the. I saw.
Yeah. So we want to get it. We like disease. A lot of people like disease. Yeah, man. We like disease, man. We like the way y'all think.
And you brought up a good point with a lot of that stuff with disease there.
Yeah, it was a good show. It turned out to be a very good show.
I mean, because each group is trying to blame each group on all of this garbage in terms of those who are exes, baby boomers. Well, it's only baby boomers. Right, and this circle would be Abia. I think Psycho. He might be up in that age group. But
Azura's a Z.
Yeah, I'm the first year of the X. They changed it. I was a baby boomer, then I was an X. Now I became an X. But
anyway, so basically, what RBR is showing you about, how many people are watching them. Basically, those are just playbacks. Like the same amount of people can click back on the video. Like
if I come back 5 times, basically that's what they consider. Okay, he came back. It's 5. I would be like 5 different people. So then what happens is what you have to look at too is the number he's not showing you is engagements. So that's what you have. That's what
like if he's saying that he makes $100,000, then he wouldn't be on. Like he wouldn't be complaining about this shit. Hell, he probably live in like a mansion or some shit. Drive a fucking Ferrari.
About what's going on YouTube? What the fuck? I be traveling, chilling, living my
I
life.
think he's mad. You know what I think it is? I think he's mad as hell because he's demonetized.
Right.
Oh,
That's
okay.
exactly what it is. He's mad.
Yeah, I think he's mad as
He's
hell.
really
Yeah,
mad at the fact that other people are getting paid except for him. So he tries to project that onto everybody else, saying that
Yeah.
everybody else is lying about getting paid when literally they are getting paid. He's not getting paid because of the hate speech. That's all it is.
Right.
But
Saying white
Yeah.
people are
crazy
dumb,
thing
rich
is, I
people
done
are
seen
nerds.
him gain like 1,000 people in the last 3-4 months. And I told him, I'm like, man, you should just start a new page, and then get
Where's he gaining?
remonetized.
Where's he
He
gaining
would've did
1,000
it.
people at?
Like literally, he was at like 22, like
Right.
not 4 months ago. I kid you not.
But why he won't learn from like dudes like Ramil?
Wait a minute. 22 what?
He was at like
Subscribers?
not 22. It was 2.2K.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say 22, but 2.2K. Like he done gained like at least 1,000 subscribers in the last 4 months.
That's impossible.
I kid you not, man.
It's
I kid you
impossible.
not.
And
It
how
took him
come
like
his number? How come his number is not dynamic? It's not moving.
It's at 24. I mean, not 24, 2.4. Because he dude said it the other day. Flying Monkey, the City of Truth, rather. I'm sorry.
No, that ain't freaking City. That's not City of Truth. That's Soup On. And Soup On.
Wait,
You know.
the Flying Monkey, Ebony Star. That's Soup On.
Yeah, that's Soup On. He playing around. Because thing about it is Soup On came out of, well, he was under some other name probably before that. But Soup On came out of retirement. That's all that is.
So,
He's been around for a while.
so Soup On. Okay.
Freaking City of Truth ain't that smart. Soup On is.
Funny.
Okay.
He ain't
That's
smart,
good
but
to
he
know.
gotta be funny, charisma, something. Yeah, a lot of motherfuckers ain't smart, but they still funny as hell. And I watch they crazy ass in the trenches though, like in the hood sector though. That's what I
yeah,
call
that is true.
I don't understand what he's saying. That's attracting 1,000 people.
Well, you gotta remember too. I mean, you have to look at engagement. Is that 1,000 people that have been maybe purchased, or 1,000 people that just showed up all of a sudden, or people that came back? Because you have to look at, okay, you say 1,000 people all of a sudden, but you only got 25 people sitting in the damn chat room. And out of that 25 people, that 25 or 30 people in the chat room, you only have 6 or 7 talking. And that means, see, they look at engagement too. There's another number he doesn't show you that shows, okay, all these people, if that number is off, if you got 6 people talking and they say, well, hey, there's like, you got 30 people in the chat room. But he's saying, no, I got 700 people in the chat room. No, you don't. You have some of the people who've come, like Hazel just told you. You got those people coming through saying, okay, let me see what this fool's talking about. Okay, let me go on back out and go over to somebody else. And then I'll come back a little later on. Okay, let me see what this fool's talking about.
Hey Joe,
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason why he's saying all this crazy shit is because since he lives in Los Angeles, and we all know that Los Angeles and California itself is a high marketed state, like where rich people go to and all that shit. He feels as though that he's rich and he's made a lot of money when really he hasn't. So I think that's why he does that. Why he's saying that.
So the thing of it is we know the unfortunate truth about it. The fortunate truth about it, I should say. So it's a thing of, okay, look, man, I really don't care. The thing about it is okay, the dumb, stupid stuff, you get past all that nonsense of, you stupid, you're dumb, you're stupid, you're dumb. Okay, but if you didn't have your stupid, you're dumb, conscious moron, you stupid, you're dumb, Max, Joe, everybody else, the Azor, guess what? You got nobody sitting there watching.
But
you got people that are coming through for 5 minutes.
I think that's what he proved today, that he don't care if you're there.
If you don't care, then
what's going on with the day, buddy? That's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand why he's so full of hate for like people he really don't know.
Conscious,
really affect him like that. Like we can't really kill. I mean, I ain't saying we can't kill him, but like who would go through that? Not even in the same time zone as you, bro. And we just talking.
The reason why he's still on is because his show hasn't reached the right people yet, and nobody really reports him because he's a train wreck and he's amusing.
Everybody thinks he's funny.
I'm saying you shouldn't
like
be
keeping
on,
him
but I'm just
around.
saying why so like such the hate? Like calm
And
down.
also, I
bro.
don't understand why he always kicks people off whenever
Well,
we
he's a
prove our
Because,
point.
coon.
because you're not talking about what so he wants to hear from you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So the
Exactly. He
thing
wants
of it
you.
is, okay, if you know he wants to you to say exactly this, and this, and this.
100%. Yup.
Right. He wants the echo chamber.
Right.
Right,
He
He
wants you to
wants
say
the echo
exactly
chamber.
that.
No, I'm not gonna pull an Afro pal. I'm not doing that shit because
Yeah,
you're
but
not.
Yeah, he
the
wants
thing
an
about
echo
it
chamber.
is, well, then guess what? Guess what? Them cats is basically the same ones that are doing like you said, the echo chamber part. They're sitting up there doing this, that, and the third. But you notice nobody throws him off. Nobody throws him off their stuff. Conscious didn't throw him off any one time during that whole day he was on. The whole time he was on there. Reg didn't throw his ass off there that last Sunday when we were talking on there. Matter of fact, we all fell back and he let him go because Reg was like, "Why the hell y'all leave?" You know, I'm like, I said, "Man, let him go ahead and talk."
And
Right.
when he was on my panel, debating one of my friends, he actually got pissed off and left. Like it was just only him and my friend. That was it.
I'm leaving. You know, because put it this way, he did it that day when I was on there with Queen Mahat, and I was putting the hammer to his ass. I'm like, no, you know, so you want to sit up here and talk about this, and she didn't stop nothing.
Right.
You know, so the thing is, she let it run. I'm like, look, I'm not trying to mess your shit up, but yo, this nigga gonna catch something. He gonna have to catch a
we
head.
need a separation, bro. We need a separation from dudes like that. That's why Angry Man is talking about the Brinos and these Negroes, man. We gotta.
Yo, I think Conscious.
Them niggas go.
Yo, I think Conscious gonna.
Man, fuck all of that.
Yo, man, watch Conscious gonna blow up, y'all. Watch.
That's a fact.
That cooking shit is real. I'm telling you, man. That
Yeah,
cooking
cool
shit.
down.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're doing the
Women,
cooking
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. People love cooking, man.
And ain't no
Yo,
dude
you need
doing
to show these young niggas
You know,
how
it's
to
all
cook.
women.
These young niggas
blow
don't know how
up.
to cook. Show these niggas.
No, it's all women doing that shit. So you got to think like mom
Yo,
and
I
them are
got my
doing
wife
that.
watching them. My wife is watching. My wife love cooking shows.
Right,
Okay,
right,
I done turned on there, man. She's watching.
Fellas need to cook.
Yeah.
Fellas need to cook.
I bro, them French
Press
fries,
up,
man,
show
was
y'all
fire.
thighs, get
Thank you,
fly,
man.
Yeah.
Thank
fresh.
you. Thank you.
But
I
you,
like
Damn,
yo,
man.
pecan,
Maybe
make
you
sure
want
you
to
do
start
some
cooking French
grill.
fries now.
Make sure you do
Hey,
some grill
Conscious, you
stuff
should
for us
cook some
fellas, man.
Creole food.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. I definitely will. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
go
Show
to
your
get
beard,
some
show
smoke
whatever
food.
you got.
My cousin got a smoker.
Shit.
I'll probably do something with the
Yeah.
Cause
smoke.
you know one thing about YouTube, man, you'll never know who's watching, man. You know, man, you
That's
can be
a
some
fact.
top shelves watching,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. Come on, man. You in $1 billion
Shit, that cooking
like,
shit is
1
real,
minute
bro.
you
But
could
see,
be
yeah, don't
Yeah,
ever
I
you
used
only
to,
a
I had
sushi
a little
chef.
cooking page, but it
right.
kind of fell off.
But
But
I
But
got
you gotta
that
remember, you only
recipe
a sushi.
kind of off a cooking
I
show.
ain't got no page.
Brother, remember I told you about the
me neither, bro.
sausages cooked in the Corona beer.
uh-huh.
Bro,
I said
See,
about
you
the
only a
one,
sushi
and then
chef.
you took it to
Remember
another level. You added some more stuff to it.
Right.
wow.
Mhm.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
that.
Yeah, we had them on ladies' night, man. You know it's hard for a dude to get on ladies' night. We had them on ladies' night, man.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
yeah. The ladies loved them.
You only a sushi chef in Sambo.
Oh man.
You know what, man? You know what, man? And it's disrespectful for RBR. You keep calling this man a sushi chef.
Yeah,
No,
man.
that's disrespectful,
I
bro.
don't know why. I don't know why he keeps saying that. It's getting old.
Conscious,
Just
aren't you
respectful, man.
a
That
sous
nigga just
chef?
trying to get underneath your skin, man.
what you
That's
said?
how
Because
it
he
is.
anti-black. He hate
Aren't you
black
a
people.
sous chef?
Sous chef,
That's
yeah.
him.
Yeah, he's a sous
Black
chef.
people not going to
He
spend
just
no
blocked
money
me
on
from the
his ass, and
stage.
he ain't gonna pop. Cause you know black
Well,
women
he actually
are
blocked
some of the
somebody
biggest
today.
supporters.
Yeah, he
And
blocked
once
me.
you offend
What you
people,
do?
it's
I
over,
just told him
bro.
it was boring because you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I
he
just
thought it was
checked in.
boring.
I just checked in to see what he was talking about. I was like, man, this shit's
Right.
boring. So I told him I wrote a chat. He blocked me. I was like, I don't care really. You know what I mean? I really don't care.
Yo, you on the same type of time I'm on, man. I get rinses.
Well, you know what he's doing.
He's
He's gonna end up hurting himself
It's true
because
though.
because his show is only made when people are up there. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, people are gonna get sick and tired of him running around in circles over and over about the same shit, and they're just gonna stop coming. They're gonna start tuning out.
Yep, bro.
The only time I had a conversation with RBR was when Deacon and Jalen were arguing, and after that, I got up there and we were just talking like normal people. That's it.
Man.
I mean, that was a rare moment right there.
Word. That's what's
I
up.
mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? He keeps shooting himself in the foot. So
Shit,
You
I
keep
know a
saying
dude
all that
right
shit.
now. Man, I know a dude right now who talk cash shit in the hood, get his ass whooped every day, and still come back on the corner around the corner and talk some more shit. Like you got one of them dudes like that in every ghetto, every suburb, a dude who just talk shit and don't care, bro. Like
True.
let them niggas be, like you said. Let him shoot in his foot a couple more times in the same foot. One day he'll get it, one day he don't. Sometimes you gotta lead them motherfuckers away, man. Fuck them.
That's real
I
spit
don't
right there.
fuck them.
That's real spit.
Sometimes,
Right.
man, you can't take everybody with you, man. Fuck all of that. Everybody could come
No,
with
no.
you, all of that. No, leave their asses behind.
But don't
Hey,
you
look,
think we need more though? We need more. It ain't like we got a lot though. We
hey,
need
look,
some
but
more.
if they can't roll with you, they gonna talk about you.
Heck, regardless, especially if you're a black man, regardless. Oh, you got a Mercedes Benz. Oh, yo, you don't got a Bentley though. Oh, you got a mini man. Oh, you don't got the White House. Like it's never good enough. You damn if you do, you damn if you don't, bro.
Yeah, I was about
Once
to say
y'all
they
get
gonna
that
talk
shit,
about you when you got
fuck
it
them.
too. So I mean that shouldn't be
Of
a
course.
problem.
But they
Your
don't got
words
shit
shouldn't
though.
make you
You
or
can't even
break you.
borrow $5 from their ass though. But they want to talk about you like a dog. You can't borrow nothing for them, not even no sugar.
Yeah. But
Fuck
like
them.
going back to your the topic, man, I can't be tethered to no negativity, man.
So what are some ways you get away from negativity?
Switch your circle up, change your lifestyle up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, it ain't easy. I mean, some people say, "Man, I'm gonna cut this fool. I'm gonna cut him off. Man, I'm gonna cut this."
He's
person
typing
off,
long
do this,
paragraphs
that.
in the chat. I don't understand that.
Yeah, yo, cause see, I got 6 years sober, right? So what I
Right.
learned, yo, so when I got baptized, my preacher was like, yo, it's gonna be the hardest test of you, you know what I'm saying? Cause you gotta build your life on a rock, not sand. So as my progression, I just started cutting people off like a little bit at a time. First it started from Facebook. I'm like, what the fuck is these people really serving me? Like I had to like really dig deep in my gut and like what everybody in my life serving me, whether it's friends, family, you know what I'm saying, trying to get a better job, whatever it was. I had to cut people off because my best friend, man, he's stuck in the 90s. He still want to drink, still want to sell drugs, still want to ride around all day messing with bum women.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to be a
Can't do
part of
that.
that, bro. But I told him, and he respect that. I was like, bro, you know, I don't drink no more. So if you do come around me, I don't. He was like, bro, I get it. I'm not even gonna come around you. Like that's respect as a man who's trying to change, and he understand that I'm tired, man. I'm just tired of being tired, bro. And he understand that, and he leave me alone. Yeah, yo, me and him text each other or we'll FaceTime each other, but he understand my boundaries and he don't cross that line. You feel me? That's what black man's got to do. Any man, like yo, we got to set boundaries, yo, because we always shadow that shit. We always submerge that shit because we don't want to make nobody upset and all of that shit because we care more about people than we care about our own selves when it comes to family, when it comes to our job, when it comes to our kids. You know what I'm saying? Like we always put them first. But what about us though? How come we can't put ourselves first and be like, fuck it? It's about me. What about
You don't
bending
think black
our
men do
areas?
that though? I think some black men do that more. A lot of, I mean, it might not be in a productive way, but I think a lot of
Right.
black men do that. Unfortunately,
Right.
Sometimes it can be dangerous.
That's
yeah.
why y'all need a wingman. That's why the educated dude, that's I ain't gonna say the other part, and the motherfucking Pookie or the Ray Ray, y'all need to come together and just have a wingman because the wingman could teach the fucking educated dude how to say fuck it. Sometimes you gotta say fuck it. Self-preservation save the nation. And then the educated dude could teach the you know what I'm saying, like the Pookie or the Ray Ray dude as
I'll
people
be right back,
say
Conscious. Let me go share your channel. I'll be right back.
how to
All right, man.
build,
Appreciate
like
it.
how to get into trucking, how to get into tech, how to get into these other doors that we're not allowed to get in because whatever reason it may be. One hand wash the other, man. Two hands wash the face, brother. Like real spill. Like let's cut the shenanigans. You feel me?
I feel you.
Like let's stop the bullshit. Everybody got their own gang in the space. This gang, that gang don't like this gang. This suit don't like. Man, what about the whole black man? A whole black man know how to wear a suit, how to wear some casual wear, how to wear some shorts, how to move in every space. Why we always gotta use only one tool in the toolbox? How come a black man back in the day knew how to use every tool?
Yeah,
Without no
I
fucking
thought that was the
manual.
case of anybody though. Like not just but you know, I dig what you're saying.
Yeah,
We
like,
kind of have to force in one box. Either we a thug or we got a wicked jump shot, as they
that's
say.
that bull crap, bro. I
I
don't
dig
like
what you're
that.
saying.
I don't like that. Cause what about Frank Mathis? Frank Mathis got
But you
away
know what
with
though?
it.
I think it's more black men doing it. It's just not promoted as much though. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Mm-hmm.
know a lot of black men who like take care of their kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Married. You know what I'm saying? Work a good job. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I just don't think that's promoted and put to the forefront
I think
as
these
much
brothers
as it
need to
should
step their
be.
game up and build some channels. Like, yo, I know y'all tired of this shit. Why don't y'all be like, fuck it, let me get my channel popping and let me talk my talk. Because every voice matters up in this bitch. It ain't hard for a lioness to make a channel or a good woman who's married make a channel be like, yo, I don't agree with divesting. I don't agree with none of that. I love my black
I
man.
think they might be, you know what I'm saying, doing a good deed. You know what I'm saying? They're in the struggle. They handling
Right.
business, so to speak. So
Right.
it might be a little bit harder for them to make a channel.
Right.
But I dig what you saying though. But yeah, I think
Like, yo, I
it's a
know y'all
small
get tired.
sliver.
Stop falling back. Stop always commenting. They're gonna block you. They're gonna take your rent away. Then all y'all gonna do is complain to whoever behind the scenes. All you gotta do is just make your little channel. I got a channel, but I just gotta go live and talk my shit because I talk my
Man, drop
shit
your channel in
anyway.
the link. Yeah, if y'all got a channel, drop your channel in the link. I mean,
Yeah.
I've already dropped
in the
mine.
chat.
Like, come on, ladies. Like, we
Even
really
you
need
too,
one. Like,
RBR.
we can't do this by ourselves. We need a
Right.
real women to stand up, be like,
I
yo, we don't
wouldn't
believe in
recommend subscribing
divesting. We
to
don't believe in
RBR's
none of that.
channel, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but you know, I can't hate. They didn't mean to hate like that.
I mean, the only truth
I'ma
he
give
ever
it to
tells
boy, you
is
gotta
2
give
plus
it
2
to
equals 4.
you know.
Earth is round.
Racist hate a woman because he black. That's
You
the
know,
truth. But you know, like
But
everything
he
else,
ain't need to become Puerto Rican, all right?
that is true. That is true. But like, when you keep saying it over and over and over and over and over, it's like,
I
bruh.
mean, those are simplistic things, though. We know racists hate people because they black. That's that goes hand in hand. And 2 plus 2
Yeah, I mean,
but
equals
the
4.
thing about it is
that's a fact.
he actually equates he
What you say, I
the
couldn't
thing
hear you.
about it is he equates 2 plus 2 equals 4 to what he believes in.
Right.
So and makes all these straw man arguments, like saying that, you know, what we're saying is truth. Like what he's saying is not true. It's all lies. And
The trick
but then he's
is
gonna turn
you
around
gotta
and say
realize
that
that
And then he
the
start yelling. He started damn
2 plus
yelling,
2
man. I'm
is
like,
the
God
basis
damn.
of the argument, so he could never like be
That
wrong.
nigga
If
like
2
the
plus
white
2 is the
woman.
basis of your argument, how could you really be wrong with it?
But the yelling thing is basically the same thing. I mean, like the other night with Big J
but go ahead,
and freaking Big J and what's his name? Psycho and
Right.
Renee. Oh yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
When
I
they
ain't
get
gonna
to
say
screaming and hollering, most people turn off on that. It's
Yeah.
like my mind just goes, okay, yeah, whatever. You know.
But he
that's the
calm
same
and
thing.
cool with the ladies though, and like he don't even stutter. He don't stutter not one bit when he talking to a woman, but when he talking to a black man, that nigga stuttering like a motherfucking Puff Daddy mixtape.
Okay, hold on a second, guys. We have a lady on the panel. Hello, Dame. How you doing?
Oh, yo, hello.
She just popped up though.
Oh, Dame is in here?
Yeah.
I was just
Unconscious, I'll
looking
be
at
in the
my
chat.
phone.
Okay,
All
man.
right.
Thanks for coming
Oh,
in.
okay.
Dame?
You sure that's Dame?
Yeah, I might not be Dame. Hold on me. Dame, is that you?
Yeah, to be safe than sorry, man. You know,
Yeah,
they
Dame.
playing games.
Look at you, I forgot.
You gotta watch that,
Okay,
man. They start playing games and stuff with you around here.
okay,
You know,
good.
porn bomb. I mean,
Yeah,
which
form bomb and stuff, man.
you know, because
I
he's trying to
keep my
blame everybody else for.
I keep my Timbs ready for whatever.
But you see, they got RBR traumatized, man. Like, he's like, is this
But the
form
problem is the
bomb?
person that should have him
What the hell going
traumatized
on
is the
with
one that.
RBR?
No, the person that has him traumatized is the one he basically should be mentioning, which is JB Gunner. JB Gunner, he let that porn bomb go on for all of 4 minutes, 5 minutes, maybe. Man, come on. You need to be talking about him. There ain't no Terrell and this one and that one and whatever. Get out of here, son.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean putting it on you.
Man, I'm
Come on,
outside. I'm outside like Chris from The Wire, man. I'm ready to pull up. Dolby.
We gotta go.
Okay, she forgot to unmute herself. She said.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll turn it down a little bit, yo, when she come up on here.
Okay, now she should be back.
Okay, hey.
There you
Sorry
go,
about
then.
that,
Hey, yo, how
y'all.
you doing?
How you
Oh,
doing?
Ebony Star Invasion. Ebony Star Invasion, baby.
Hey.
But let me tell you, speaking of Ebony Star, if it wasn't for Ebony Star, Arthur Clarke, Ruby, and all of them, your boy, nobody be watching them. Because back in the day,
Yeah.
those were the ones that was the Star Wars. The
Yeah,
cats that came
yeah.
through. Like like Arthur and
Yeah.
Arthur, Max, and I can tell you, and Ruby, if she ever would show up like that type of you can see her over at Char Willie and stuff. But back then it was just basically and me. You had me, Wolf. You had what's his name?
Yeah.
City of Truth. You didn't have a ton. I mean, those were regulars that came through there. And then the Shugs, what's his name? Shugs people started coming through there, and that's where you got
I mean, we
what's her
made him exciting. K Archie too.
KRG
too.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
Archie was up there. You had cats that came over from Shugs camp, that basically made his shit what it is today.
Yeah, we was the reason why other people started coming over there.
Right, Psychopathia used to be over there on the regular.
Yeah.
Psycho was there. Renee would come through every now and but
Gab would come over.
Gab would come over.
BGS, Cerulean.
Yep.
I mean, BGS came over there because I asked him to. I asked BGS to come over there.
Yeah, Cerulean, matter of fact, because Cerulean and him got into a debate one time.
Yeah.
Cerulean beat the pants off him, but
Yeah, they both beat them. RBR has never won a debate, bro. He has never beaten anybody in a debate.
Not I mean, come on. He had even when you initially met him, he wasn't winning debates.
Never beat anybody in a debate. RBR cannot debate, man. RBR is one of the worst debaters ever.
Because he gets angry. He gets angry, and then he gets up, and he goes way off topic. Man.
Right, and he shoots himself in the foot, and then he'll start creating another damn debate within a debate. He just fucks himself up. He can't debate.
So even if you play some of the old stuff, I think you played it one time, Max, with BLT over at T-Spots, when he was over there, and what was J Speed,
Yeah, I mean, he got destroyed by Mr. Research, Mr.
Was it?
Mr. Research, the other one, Ray something. What's his name? What do you call himself?
Oh damn!
Some race.
Yeah, because he's like a teacher or something. I know you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, they annihilated RBR on his own channel. Solving the race problem. Solving the race problem. They annihilated RBR on this channel, bro. RBR can't debate nobody. He can't debate, man. That shit he talking, man, don't fly off his channel.
I just thought as a fact-finding journalist, he would be able to at least,
Not a journalist, dude. That's why he won't show his degree. It's not a journalist.
But then I thought he did some radio spots and some shows and stuff like that.
Well, he did. I think as a kid, I think he did something with Sir Mix-a-Lot. And then he was on O Drama. Then after that, I don't know what happened to him after that.
Right.
Next thing you know, he was Bricks.
No, he has been on stuff. I mean, so it is legitimate.
Yeah.
It is legitimate. Yeah. Bricks.
Get caught with 19 bricks, man, and you ain't in jail. Fuck out of here.
Whose live was he was on one night? They just dragged him about that. I said, man, how do people find out about it?
What's his name? Dogged him. The Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
Cluster B. Oh my God, I still got that.
Yeah. That was hilarious that night.
I felt bad for him, man. I was like, oh my God, he eating him like a wild ass barracuda, man. Like what the fuck?
Because Cookie, you don't want that you don't want that on your bad side.
Man, Cluster got on his ass conscious, man. We felt bad for him, bro.
Yeah, you don't. Now whatever happened with him and old girl, what's the little light skinned chick? Real life, though. Real life is not in cyberspace.
Yeah, real life is cyberspace.
Whatever happened with her? And
I
him?
don't know.
I
Oh,
think
okay.
she's been on this channel.
Yeah, he probably started calling all kinds of bees.
I think I seen her.
Yeah, you probably have. I was saying, because she used to come on the regular too. Real life is not in cyberspace. Because he was calling her white. Like, she's a white bitch and this and that. I said, man, RBR, stop calling her that mess. You know, she's.
Yeah, he
you
ran K Archie away, man. He started lying on her. K Archie was cool, man.
Yeah, Lady
That nigga
Plants
was cool. Yeah,
you'll
Lady
see her every
Plants
now
a
and
lot, but
then.
he ran her off.
Yeah, because she got a little fine thing going on. She got
Yeah,
the
he
little
done
fine
ran
thing.
everybody out of here, man. Used to be a bunch of people over here on this channel, man. He done ran everybody off.
Yeah, because Classic was a regular. Classic Ruby was a
Yeah.
regular on that joint. Matter of fact, you know, because like I said, I see her over at her and Char Willie get a live that goes on like on the
Yeah.
weekends. You know, they do their thing on the weekends. But
he had
he
had
had
a lot of people. He used to have big panels, man, with names on them.
Kevin was a regular one.
Yep.
Kevin Samuels.
And he used to have Kevin Samuels. I mean, he used to have a panel. Names would be on that panel, man.
O'Shea was
Some of
dropping
the names.
cash apps, super chats.
Yeah. Some of the names you see today, big name you see today, used to be on this panel. And then O'Shea, at one point, O'Shea let him come on the Rumble.
So he been on there a couple times. Shit, he can't be no more controversial than Cynthia G. So, you know,
The thing that's just so crazy to me is when I first hooked up with RBR or seen him on YouTube, I asked him for his help and he said he would help me, and how he just flipped. It's just like mind boggling to me. I don't know where it came from, man. I don't know.
Like I said, he the way he is now is not the way he used to be. I don't know what the fuck wrong with him now.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. Because I had to tell him the other day about, I'm like, okay, you keep talking about this Rhonda chick, but you married, bro. And your wife, supposedly your woman is sitting in the background. I mean, we hear some woman's voice that's listening to this shit. How you gonna talk about some other chick on your shit? I'm like, man,
I mean, this is for Obama. He was talking about, I don't know if he was talking about Nazis back then. I can't remember.
No, he
was talking about Russian bots back then.
Yeah, Russian bots. Yeah.
The Nazi thing came later on. That's recent. That's within the last year or two. Yeah. No, he didn't do all that Russian. I mean, he did the Russian bot thing. Yeah.
I mean, he was still talking about truth, saying he talking the truth, but it wasn't like this. Like, you was able to go back and forth with him, have a conversation with him. You know, it wasn't like this. Now you can't talk to him at all.
Yeah.
You can't talk to him at all.
Support his trigger by talking bad. Don't talk bad about Obama. That was the trigger.
Yep, y'all make sure y'all drop your channels in the link and thank the people for coming and watching.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got you, man. I tell you, we're gonna support you, bro. We got you, man.
I appreciate it. Y'all got some coming up.
You know,
y'all about to go in a different direction, right?
Huh?
You said y'all about to go in a kind of different direction, right? With the show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We're going to be doing different content. You know, we get more on Black excellence now, more on improvement, and you know, we're moving away from the garbage content and the drama content. Yeah, we're going to start showcasing more Black excellence, like yourself, brothers who are doing it. In the culinary world, different things. I want to get Joe on there with the farming. You ever heard Joe talk about farming?
No, but no, I'm familiar with him. When I was down in Alabama, my cousin got a farm. It's not as big as Joe's. It's just for him, you know, him and his wife.
Man, he's very, very knowledgeable on farming, animals, all of it.
You
want to get into that?
Yeah, that would be a good one, especially with the rich history that Black people have in farming with George Carver. Yeah.
Matter of fact, your boy's down there now. Why don't you have old RBI come on?
And banking, Joe can do banking too. You know, I want to get like Black banking going on. Yeah, man, Joe's on. He can get into banking too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, when it comes to the investment banking stuff, it's you know, that was my life.
I want to ask you a question though. That why Black people don't bank Black? It's because they're just so used to going to places like Wachovia, JC.
Yeah. JP Morgan Chase and all that stuff.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a thing of people got it in their mind that, okay, if I go to a black bank, I might not get the same level of service, the same
Mhm.
level of protection from FDIC, which is
Mhm.
not true because
That's
every
about
bank
to
in this
say.
country, and well, credit unions have a little different name for it, but every bank in this country, commercial savings, well, savings banks have a different kind of, it's FSLIC or something like that. It's the same thing, though. But FDIC for every commercial bank in this country, no matter what it is, black, white, Puerto Rican, or Jew, it has the same level of coverage for funds that are in the accounts. But people a lot of times just don't understand that. Next problem is proximity. Well, nowadays with going online and opening an account, you should have a proximity issue. But proximity becomes a problem too because a lot of black-owned banks are in the South.
Yeah.
So and there's a few in New York. There's a few in New York. I
Yeah.
think there's one or two in Philly. There's there's Baltimore. You might have one or two in northern cities, but for the most part, they're down here. So now people are like, well, if for me to open an account, I said you can go online.
Yeah, you can go
So open
online.
an account. Yeah, and nowadays, and I don't have to go to.
Uh-oh. He dropped off.
Dang it never fails. When you get to the good part, drop off.
He's about to lace it up. There you go.
Man, I ain't never seen a black bank up north.
Actually, okay, there we go. I got kicked out. But actually, there is one. I think there's one or two still left in New York. Carver, I think Carver's one of them. That's in Manhattan. That's in Harlem, actually. If it's still open, I mean, I think it is. Matter of fact, I used to have stock in that little thing. It's Carver, and then there's another one that used to be in New York. But most of them, you probably wouldn't know them that they're black or whatever owned unless you researched out a little bit. But you can do online. You can go online now. I don't have to come to Atlanta to open a bank at open up an account at whatever black bank is. I know what's his name, the rapper shit.
Mike.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
Yeah, I think he opened up some.
It's Greenwood, him and Andrew Young. I was just about to mention that. And then Mike put in the chat One United too. It's a few down here in Atlanta and credit unions. I think it's one or two black-owned credit
unions. Don't tell RBR that because you think the white people are going to blow the banks up.
Yeah. That's the one thing I did like when I moved to Atlanta, that it was so many black entrepreneurs. Like where I'm from in Ohio, I mean, it's black entrepreneurs, but you don't see so many even at so many levels. Like it's phenomenal to see.
Okay, this went out. Yeah, I'm sorry. There we go. No, you have to keep your feet to the fire. The black banks too, because they're supposed to help out the communities.
But that's why they try to shit on Atlanta and call Atlanta gay Atlanta. To try to cover up the fact that there's a lot of black businesses over there.
Yeah, I mean, it's the mecca for black business. It is pretty much the capital of the South. It is pretty much. The banking capital part of it all would probably be more.
Yeah, it's like the mecca of black businesses. They try to shit on that by calling it gay Atlanta. Yeah,
and the gay part of it. Let me tell you something. Yes, there is. Predominance of the population. but now too,
think about it. That's not it, though. It's so much more. But this is what I call your boy anti-black, because he goes along with that. He goes along with that narrative that was created by white people, gay Atlanta.
But the flip side of that is there's like about 6 women to like every one dude that's not gay. I mean, you got
problem being a nice young lady.
That's all of the reasons why.
It'd be the heterosexual. It would be the heterosexual black man's mecca, Atlanta.
Exactly. That's all the reason why you go there, because there's so many black women available.
Yeah, because there's a ton of them. So compared to a lot of places. So it's a case.
I heard DC nice too, though. I heard DC.
Yeah, with DC be
very
the
nice.
up north. Yeah, DC would be the up north version of it all. Actually the DMV area, period. DC, Maryland, Virginia area is stacked full of honeys too. But when you look at down here, I mean, this is Atlanta. This don't make no damn sense. It's just like they all over the place. Honeys is all over.
Georgia peaches all over the place, man.
Yeah,
it's a lot of transplants though. It ain't that. I mean, it's Georgia peaches, but it's everywhere.
Yeah, you got a lot of transplants. Shoot, another place
Cali.
you look at, another spot you can look at is Miami. Miami, another one that's off the chain. Is a lot of them down there.
It's
So,
expensive down there though. It's really expensive.
yeah, that's the only thing about Miami that's off. It is the cost. And all it takes is one little tornado, hurricane, or whatever. No, one little hurricane to tear your shit up. So, because you're sitting so close to the water at any given time on either coast, Gulf Coast or Atlantic Coast. But no, it's not about, man, let me tell you something. It's about basically, you want to help your community out. It's about being there for your community and building shit for your community. Like we started at one point, my wife and I, we started a 4-H club for so young black kids can learn about farming and stuff like that. How to grow your own food. They did their own little thing, man. We had a whole little project going on. The chickens and the whole thing. But we got tied up. The woman that was financing and funding through the farm bureaus and the state thing, she retired. And the next dude that was in line, he wasn't about all that. So we was like, okay, we had to do it ourselves then. We just had to, we had to finance it ourselves.
I'm wondering, do they still teach like checking and stuff? I remember going to school that they taught us how to write a check and balance a cash book, but
we taught all that crap.
That was so minimal. Like they ain't really teach you about credit. I'm wondering why they don't really teach that in school.
Because they do it. Like matter of fact, I go back to 4-H programs or FFA programs. They actually do not only just the farming part, they teach you about the finance part.
Oh, do that.
About checking accounts, about savings accounts, about business lines of credit, about all of that stuff. All of that gets taught.
Yeah, I can remember learning about balancing the checkbook, but not so much about credit.
Yeah, because the credit part, a lot of times people don't know. I mean, how many people I had sit in my office that just black folk, young black people especially, that just didn't know about it, and you sit down and break it down to them, and they appreciated the shit.
Yeah.
Because it was their first student loan or their first mortgage, or their first investments, and you wasn't trying to rip them off, because at the end of the day, I had to look at the moral position of it all. This money, all money ain't good money, right. And I've had to turn away money in the past. I just won't take it. I'm like, nope, because you don't understand this well enough to understand what you're getting into. Have a good day. Now we can sit down and learn about it together, but I'd rather not deal with you right now, because I don't want you coming back or some family member flipping and tripping about you took their money. No. That was part of being portfolio manager when I did that. Man, I'm like, nope, I'm not going to do it. I can't. I just can't. It's an imperative that we have to be moral about what we do. I'm not trying to rip my own people off.
But do you think because we have so less of it, that's why we get so greedy when we get it?
A lot of times, because it becomes a lack of knowledge. I have a good case of a friend of mine. We go back, we were little kids together, and he was a cop. He got hurt in the line of duty. He got $1 million settlement, and so he came into me one day. He was like, "Yo, I got this check." Okay. I got this check. What should I do? Man, I said, we can put it towards this and that. You're gonna buy a house with it, and okay, cool, whatever. He wanted a car, a newer car. So he's that. But there's a lot of it is gets squandered. Man, you strip club nigga, now all of a sudden, you freaking making it rain at the damn strip club. I'm like, oh no. you making it rain at the casino. Oh, here we go. No. But a lot of that is this basic ignorance to how to, be good stewards of your money, man. I mean, I'm not trying to tell somebody what to do with their money.
Right,
but
right.
I can show you some alternatives. I'm not gonna sit there. Well, you're stupid. You're an idiot. No, I'm not gonna. No, because you just don't know.
It's almost a marathon mentality you got to have when it comes to money instead of that track mentality.
Right. And you got to do that, man, because a lot of people will get themselves jammed up. They're going to be boo-hooing when it happens, when they wake up one morning and don't realize, do realize that, oh, snap, I tricked through $1 million. And you say, well, how fast can you do that? Oh, I mean, as fast as you want to do it. I seen people do it in freaking a month's time.
A month.
Yep, $1 million in a month.
Man.
I mean, I know I had a client, $1 million. I'm like, went through in a month. I'm like, just buying stupid shit.
You know what I would think? I wouldn't have $1 million as soon as I spend something. Like I ain't got $1 million no more.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, man, even if you throw it into an annuity or something like that, or some sort of, platform like that, where I get money for the rest of my life type of thing, especially say you in your 50s or whatever, high 40s, early 50s, so that when it comes time for you to retire, you have that along with Social Security, along with if you got a pension or if you got a 401k or 403b, whatever, any of that crap, that's what you do. But a lot of people, or insurance, like the one brother was on RBR's one day from New York talking about insurance. Man, he'll start kicking it around about that. Because he's about, so it's a case of that those things that you need, you need, and they're definite. You need them, but people don't want to. Sometimes I ain't trying to hear that shit. I'm like, oh, hey, I'm not losing no sleep. I still get paid. Right. I'm on salary. I still get paid. I can give a rat's ass if you do or you don't. But I still get paid no matter what.
Yeah, I think a lot of black people do shy away from life insurance. I don't know why. Because it's
right. I didn't bother with it too much. I didn't sell. In terms of selling it, well, that wasn't my area. But a lot of people, they hear life insurance, they're gonna try to kill me. You get that with old people a lot. They're gonna try to kill me and take me out for $40,000. Highly unlikely. It'll cost you damn near $20,000 for a good burial now. Right. Shit. It'll cost, even a cremation. Put it when my father died a few years ago. I did a cremation thing, the whole thing. Shoot, the good thing about it was the VA paid me back because he was a Korean War veteran.
Oh,
so
I'm sorry to hear that. I lost my pops a few years ago too.
Yeah, it was like, man,
cremated him too. But he was saying said we cremated him too, but he said to us, he was like, "What I'm gonna do with the body afterwards? I don't need it no more."
Yeah,
not to say it like that, but
yeah, because cremation is a whole lot cheaper than doing the traditional burial thing. You got the plot you got to pay for.
Right.
Yeah, the VA pay for all that shit. I was like, okay, cool. So the insurance I had on him, they went towards I had to pay, of course, the undertaker or whatever. Then they turn around about 6-7 months later. I got this check in the mail for like about the same amount I paid out. So from the Veterans Administration, and a letter from the president, because he was in Korea during the war. He was a Korean War veteran. So, they do this whole little plaque thing and all that other shit.
You got a letter from Trump?
Yeah, it was like it was a Trump. Yeah, it was Trump back then. Yeah, I think that was like Trump's first.
Yeah, be right, Joe. No, let me stop.
No, that was Trump's first term. Yeah, matter of fact, his first and only term. I think it was his first. Because Pops, when he died, it was his first. Because 18. When did he get in office? 18 or 19?
16.
18. 16. Okay. Yeah, no, it was like his second year. It was the second or third year in. So.
I can't believe he's still as popular as he is, man. It's been almost 2 years, and he's still like reigning supreme amongst the Republicans.
Yeah, because they, they matter of fact, some chick here I think is running for governor, and Trump is pushing her big time.
Yeah,
so he got mad.
I seen an ad with Purdue on here. I mean, in my state.
Yeah, it's like you got Purdue. Yeah, you're trying to get him back because Warnock, I think, has to run again because his shit was a special election, I think.
Yeah. He been dropping ads already too.
Yeah, because the other dude
in there.
Yeah, because the other dude was the one that beat Purdue. The one that beat Purdue, he basically he has this
or something like that. I can't.
Yeah, something. Something I forgot his name. It was like some Jewish dude. Yeah, and he got his 6 years. But I think Warnock has to run again because the one that he took that he beat was the woman that was
Trump appointed.
She was only there. I think supposed to be there for like a year or two, and then general election came around, and then the special election. It was something crazy with that.
Yeah,
I forgot. It was something crazy they had to do with that whole thing.
She was stupid, Pay. She's stupid. I don't know if she's but her husband on the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah, he runs. Yeah, he said at the New York Stock Exchange, and they kind of got her on the Martha Stewart, and they was trying to jam her up with that. And I think that's what pretty much People were like, man, nah. Insider trading, you knew about, okay, this and this was happening with the freaking with the coronavirus thing, that with all this happening, you knew about it in advance, so you're gonna short sell a lot of these like Medicaid, pharmacies, pharmaceutical drugs and stuff like that. So that's what got the job done.
That's the one thing I don't like about the political landscape, that is so much money involved in it, man. Like, it's no way it can really help the people when it's that much money involved, man.
Oh, it ain't for the poor. Definitely ain't for that.
Hey, hold on one second, man. Hey, Flying Monkey, man, I'm gonna need you to get rid of that name, because if you don't, I'm gonna report you. Stop using my name like that. Stop using the name of my channel, bro. You're not associated with my channel. It's the only one that I'm gonna give you.
Oh, Flying Monkey is doing that. He's in the chat.
You're not associated with my channel.
That's what I was asking you about. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right, and I'm not giving you any permission to use my name or the likeness on my channel. So lose the name, or I'm gonna start reporting you.
Him and RBR still down there?
Yeah.
I think RBR might have left.
Oh, okay.
But you think that dude, that's what I was asking you. I thought that was a City of Truth right there.
No. Flying Monkey / Soup Bone is too damn smart. Actually, he is a good cat. I mean, Soup Bone actually.
Yeah, well, he needs to stop using my name. I never gave him any permission to use my name or like this. I don't appreciate you trolling my channel like that, bro.
Yeah, Soup Bone a good cat. I mean, but that's why I'm like kind of surprised with sometimes some of that crazy shit he's doing.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that, bro.
Because
you're not a part of my network. You're not a part of my situation. I don't appreciate what you're doing with my name.
But he never. What's going on, AC? But he never come up in the chat, do he? Or on the panels?
I think he did one time the other day. Somebody said, but he wasn't talking. He never talked. So feel like I said with that, But nah, man. I mean, like I said, paying attention to that foolishness, it ain't no benefit to it. They want to act silly. Somebody want to call you out your name and all this other craziness. That's childish shit to me. It's childish and petty. But then too, that's what I see here in these YouTube streets anyway. Childish and petty is order of the day. When it's funny, sometimes okay, it's cool, but sometimes it gets annoying. You niggas are grown.
Hey, how do you get that? Kind of strapped on. You got the link in the chat. You got the link in the chat.
It was up in there.
Yeah, I think
it was up in there.
It wasn't there.
Yeah, sometimes it disappears. Sometimes it'll go all the way up and disappear. You got to put another one in every now.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, with this whole, I say, if you look up African American YouTube, you will find black stuff, black YouTube in the scheme of things. Which, I mean, to me, there is really no black YouTube. I know I might be hurt by that. Because the thing about it is, like, and he gets upset when I say this, I'm like, we're not a monolith. We're not one thing. The only thing we all have in common is race. But like I said, when you look at other things, let's say this area, just real quick, this areas of YouTube that you got people that all they do is like them open up the closet and women showing the newest Fashion Nova shit. You got people that eat eat crab legs. They got some sister that eats crab legs or some shit. You got some areas that talk about politics and religion. You got some areas that
Tam's Table.
Yeah,
I like Tam's Table.
Yeah. There's a whole slew of different shit that's out here that a lot of times, the Black Brain Trust, and and if you into the entertainment thing, like what's going on in Hollywood or rap or anything like that, you got people that talk about that shit. And there's a whole bunch of people out here. There's a whole different world. They're all different. There's different areas of it.
Yeah, but you know what? The $30 billion, I want to know how come he can't, if it's such a slam dunk, how come he can't get a lawyer?
Because no lawyer wants to take a case like that.
I've heard him talk to like literally 3 lawyers.
Yeah. I mean, even if we exclude Care, she works in a corporate setting. She doesn't actually practice like that. But if you look at other people that have spoken to him about it, nobody wants to take a case like that. because now the investing time into researching and finding out if it is true that these people are not getting paid.
And plus,
That's
right,
a lot
and plus
bigger.
he don't have any money to pay anybody.
Well, no, that would in a class action you wouldn't have to worry about that. They get their third off the top once you win.
Yeah,
Once you win, they're
exactly.
gonna
If
get their
they thought, right, if they thought they could win, they'd have been took that case.
No, it's like a case of like right now. I mean, I use what they call a CPAP machine, for breathing and thing at night when you sleep. Okay, there's a major class action lawsuit. Cats they sending out 5-6 figure checks type of thing because people who have this particular type of machine, it caused a lot of different respiratory issues and cancers. Okay, bam. So now people are in a class action lawsuit. I'm not gonna pay anything to some lawyer for him to fight my case. All I do is tell them, yo, man, I was one of those people. This is the machine I had. I'm affected by it. And when y'all go to court or whatever, and Phillips or whoever pays out, you're gonna get 1/3. I'll get my little piece, and it'll be split up amongst the rest of us.
Right.
I mean, and that's how it works. So in the case of if this is a class action lawsuit with freaking Google or YouTube or whoever the hell, I think Google's the parent company, Alphabet.
You know what
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
when I first met RBR, he was never talking about no $30 billion.
Right. So the
Never
30,
heard that.
the fact that the figures that are being popped out and being told, we don't know if that might be the case. It might not be the case. It might be this whole thing actually could be true.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Somebody got to back up.
The question is, do we believe that the courts are fair, or do we believe that they are interpreting the Constitution as written currently?
Interpreting the Constitution.
Yeah, do we
What are
believe
you
that?
talking about?
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna walk y'all into it. I got that from Taz, by the way. Walking people into the logic. But do we believe that the Constitution is being properly interpreted in the courts?
What part of the Constitution are you talking about? Which
All of it. All of it, any of it, some of it.
What part of the Constitution would you be talking about that would deal with this particular type of situation? The First Amendment? Right to free speech?
No, I'm just asking a general question about the courts and how they interpret the Constitution.
Nobody can answer that question. We don't know what you're talking about. You got to be specific. You can't just ask some vague question.
No, I'm being very specific. If we go to court and we go in front of the Supreme Court, do we believe that they are going to make their ruling based off of what is written in the Constitution? So let's say that we got a Supreme Court case, right? And we go in front of them. Are they gonna rule based on what the Constitution has in it? Do we believe that they're gonna do so, or do we believe that they are?
I mean,
What are you talking about, man?
I'm thinking the issue.
Hold on, let me drop you down real quick. See what AC talking about real quick.
I'm talking about the question I just asked. No, there is no ulterior motive. There's nothing. It's just the question.
Of course, they're going to rule on basis. They're going to rule off the Constitution and the law.
All right. So if they're going to do so, then, that's what you believe. What do you believe, Joe?
Wait a second. I'm still trying to figure out in terms of where does it fall into the Constitution.
I'll answer. This is my opinion. I might not be right, but my opinion is people are going to be biased and they're going to interpret it however they want to interpret it.
Not the courts.
No, they're like the Supreme Court judges. Like they're gonna. That's
they're
why
not going to be biased.
split.
They're going to rule based off the law, the Constitution, and the law.
Yeah, and if that were the case, then every ruling that has ever gone before them would have a 9-vote majority rule. But we know that doesn't happen. So
what?
What I'm saying is the judges they all interpret it different ways. If what you were alleging was true, then every time something went before the Supreme Court, then it would be a majority rule. It wouldn't be no ways to differentiate between the ruling, because it's all about people interpret it, and judges interpret it different ways.
So you saying that the judges, they act like a jury?
I mean, they do act like they're gonna make their ruling based on their biases and how they interpret
their biases, not on the law, based on their biases, not on the interpretation of the law.
No,
they can't make their ruling based on
they're gonna interpret the law based on their biases.
Interpret the law based on the law. They're not gonna interpret it based on anything else. They're gonna interpret
I understand that. But what I'm saying is,
listen. The only thing the Supreme Court does is rule whether or not a law is constitutional. It does nothing else.
I know exactly. So they're gonna make a determination whether they feel it is constitutional or not.
That's all they do.
I agree 100%. AC is correct.
If the law or the it is not only just law but legislation.
Exactly. AC is correct.
The legislation is constitutional. That's it. That's all they do.
Exactly. So AC is correct. They're gonna make their ruling whether they deem the particular thing before them is constitutional or not. And when I don't know the last ruling, but oftentimes when they make their rulings, some say, like one judge, a conservative judge might say, yes, this is constitution, where a more liberal or moderate judge might say, no, it's not. So they interpret it differently. And they often write their briefings, like their Supreme Court briefings.
Conservative judge and a moderate judge?
Yeah, they have liberal judges and they have moderate judges. And when I say moderate and liberal, I don't mean it in the political sense. I mean it in the sense of they have a more liberal-minded interpretation of the law, as far as the law being flexible, the law being intangible or interchangeable. Whereas a conservative judge believes that the law is written as it is written. The words there is no interchangeability about it. It's as written. And not only is it as written, the people that wrote the Constitution in that time period, they actually put that into account. And that's a true conservative judge. Whereas a liberal judge, they believe in the flexibility of the law. So the reason why I'm bringing all of this up is to say that when RBR says that he's not going to bring the lawsuit until he finds a lawyer, a black lawyer with a black judge, he's saying that he want to make sure that he's going to find a lawyer that's not going to be bribable, and they're going to find a judge that's going to interpret the Constitution as it was written. So he's actually advocating for a conservative judge. But like I said, it's not conservative in the terms of politics, but a conservative in the sense of the understanding of how the Constitution was written. Because we don't want to just get any willy-nilly lawyer.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you a question. What law has Google broken?
It's not about them breaking the law. It's the fact that when YouTube was first created, YouTube had no way of knowing that they were going to be purchased by Google. You don't just take somebody to court
unless the law is broken.
No, you could take somebody to court for
because the law has been broken.
Well, the law that's been broken. Okay, well, the law.
So you can just take people to court and say, "Hey, look, you know what? I don't like the way you eat a ham sandwich. I'm taking them to court."
Well, to answer that question that you just said, the law that they're breaking is they're not paying us. That's illegal.
Okay. Do you understand that? Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you understand that Google assumes all the risks?
Risk of not paying us? No, we're the ones assuming the risk because we're the ones not getting paid.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, when YouTube was first created, right? In whatever year it was,
they allow you to use the platform. They allow you to use this platform for free. Wait a minute. No, hold on 1 second. You can go. They allow you to use this platform for free. You signed up willingly, right? Willingly, right? They assume all the risks.
Right, but what does that have to do with payment that they allege they're gonna give us?
Ties when you go against the rules. Like, I don't even know why y'all entertain this shit. That
Yeah,
Zab
that's
is
what
doing. Like,
yeah.
it makes no sense. Like,
I'm trying to get him to understand.
No, the funny part is Zab had a lawyer on RBR's show. He called the lawyer and then they
and the
talked.
lawyer told RBR everything that we've been telling RBR.
Yeah, I don't even know why Zab is doing
so
it.
Zab to double back and be disingenuous to act like RBR actually has a valid position. It's just
the lawyer, I've been talking to him. I talk to him like every other day. And
what did the lawyer say? I missed the show. What did the lawyer say?
The lawyer said that RBR was full of shit and that everything we be telling.
No, that's not what it's true.
No.
No, that's not what the lawyer said.
That's the author interpretation.
He was kind of trying to.
Okay, listen, he said it.
Don't lie to them, AC. The lawyer said that.
But what's different?
AC, you low, man. You low. AC, your mic is low.
RBR had a case, and the only way to test the merits is to bring
He
it.
didn't say he had a case neither.
Go. I time-stamped it. Go listen to it again.
Where? Put it in the chat real quick. Put it in the chat real quick.
I can't do that right now. I'm on my phone right now, but I'll clip it and I'll put it up. The lawyer said that
RBR had a case.
No, he said it was.
But the only way to test it is to bring it. He said the only way. His exact verbiage was the only way to test the merits of the case is to bring it before a judge. And that's
after
how
he told him that he didn't have a case, and when RBR didn't want to listen to him, he said, "Well, listen, RBR, the only thing I can offer you is if you take it in front of you just file the complaint and see if where it gets in the levels of court, see if it get in the civil court. Then if it gets in the civil court, you'll get a disposition." Blase skip. He said, but that's the only way. After saying all the other shit, he said he finally gave up and said that.
Yeah, it was a tug of war. RBR went trying, and then RBR didn't tell him everything. Like he didn't tell him why he got struck down or none of that shit. See, that's the problem. RBR don't want to give all the information. That's what he did on the other couple.
The crazy part is this: we're entertaining some shit that has fantasy numbers, disjointed numbers. I mean, it makes no sense. He's talking about creators being paid hourly when they're creating content, right? That they're doing on their own time, so they don't really punch a clock. And like, I mean, so everything we're saying, everything we're trying to dignify or validate his argument is just based on false numbers and false premises. So why even?
I'm not even going. I'm not going into
all?
that. The fascination that I have with this is I've always been interested in court shit, and I wanna see, because I've studied a lot of court dealings. When I was taking business law, I often found out that there was a lot of times where things will get brought to the court, it'll get struck down, the judges will rule against it, then they'll bring it back again, and it's not a quick process. When you want to,
so what's your point of saying that though?
My point is saying this.
Listen. In order for a case,
I'm saying that this case has the possibility to be one of them ground.
I understand that, but in order for a case, all right, I get you. But in order for like, this is the point where you have to listen. Like, you don't like to listen. In order for a case, right, to be heard, the case first has to be found valid and worthy of merit, right? So if he brings a case saying that he would, Google owes him all this money based off of
that's not
violating
the case.
their rules.
That's not the case, though.
Listen, bro, you gotta stop talking all the time, bro. You don't like to listen because you want to be right. You think you want to tell all these African Americans we're dumb. We're not, right? So you have to listen to us for once, right? Because we know some of us do know the legal process, right? And all the things that go into your case being heard, right? Your case being adjudicated, right? So in order for his case to be adjudicated or heard, right, in a courtroom, it has to first be chosen on merit. We all know that his case won't be chosen on merit because he doesn't discuss the fact that he was the one who violated the terms of service.
No, but AC, but that's the point. That's not what the case is about.
That
You
is
keep
what the
saying
case
so.
is
What you
about.
keep
The
saying
case
that
is
accent
That is
shit
not
that don't
about.
mean nothing.
This is what the case is about. The case is about him
I'm gonna
saying,
explain in the most simplest ways.
The case, listen, bro. The case is about him saying, you don't own my channel, therefore you can't tell me.
No, that's not it.
That is his case. Listen, bro. His case. Listen, bro. We've been around you longer than you. His case is this. This is his case. You're not paying me, right? Because you think you own my channel, so you demonetize my channel. So in you not paying me, I want to bring up another case to say that you're also not paying black content creators adequately. You owe black content creators a form of reparations because you haven't been paying them adequately for their work. But this is contingent. This is contingent on his solo case, which is based on him being demonetized for breaking terms of service.
Okay, that's your argument. Now let me tell you
what. That's his fucking argument. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's his argument. Let me tell you what my interpretation of the case is.
You ain't the lawyer. What your interpretation got to do with anything, man?
I heard you, but now hear me out.
But go ahead with your interpretation. I'm just saying.
Go ahead when I jump in because I need to be heard. I need to be heard.
I want to hear that show.
Yeah.
Can I be heard?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is what the case is. The case is, does a corporation have the right to demonetize you?
If you break the terms of service of said corporation.
Yeah, that's like saying, does the NFL have the right to get rid of their players?
That's what the fuck I just said.
Listen.
Like this, you just be on.
Does
like, bro,
one entity,
you can't repeat what somebody else said?
But
like,
does one
we already heard that. We want to go forward. We want to present new information.
Have the right to demonetize you? That's the question.
They do have a right. They do have a right to demonetize you on their platform if you.
Does the employer have the right to fire you?
But MC, can I demonetize you?
I'm not on your platform.
But if you come,
I'm not
if you come
using none of your apparatus.
If you come to my house, right?
Listen.
If you come to my house,
you ask me a question, right? You ask me a question. I'm not using nothing. Can I then demonetize you? Anything.
Yo, but if you come to my house and you install some security work, and I demonetize you?
How can you demonetize me? Make that make sense.
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. How can scenario demonetize you,
bro? Make your scenario make sense.
I just made it make sense.
How? I use a smaller at your house. How can you demonetize it? What the fuck are you talking about? That isn't even. There's no correlation in that relationship. In that listen, bro. In that service coordinated relationship. As me as the service provider and you as the customer, there is no dynamic in that situation where you can either demonetize me, where the context of demonetization comes in at.
Exactly.
There is no correlation.
So how can Google then do it?
Because you're using their platform. You're using. Right, let me break it down for the simple people.
Yeah, you can. You came to my house and you installed security work. You're using my house,
bro. Don't ask the question and then run from the answer. Google is a major corporation, right? YouTube is one of their subsidiaries. On that subsidiary, they have a function where everyday citizens can load content up to the streaming platform that they call YouTube. Now, on that streaming platform, since we live in a civilized society, we have rules and regulations that we have to abide by based on country, based on region, based on other things, and their civilized rules and pertaining to streaming and certain content, whether it's pornography, racism, whatever, right? So in having that, they have a generalized hold on, bro. They have a generalized rules and regulations form that you must fill out if you want to upload content on this apparatus. Then when you get to a particular level, they have a monetization program where you can get monetary for your content. You can get monetary you can get monetary money for your content, right? You can get, you know what I mean? So once you sign that, now there's another level of rules that you have to abide by. Now, if you're signing these contracts and agreeing to the rules and they demonetize you because you broke the rules, how do you not understand that dynamic?
Okay, let me explain it. Good. Now you talk. Now let me talk. Now nobody cut me off. Everything AC just said is correct. for YouTube, but y'all keep missing the point of the Google AdSense
owns YouTube,
agreement.
stupid fuck. Google owns YouTube.
No, I'm not talking about who owns what. Never mind that.
That's what
I'm
matters.
saying-
What do you mean? So how can if you take out who
Let
owns
me
what?
talk,
Then what are you
please,
talking
please.
about? See, you're
Can I-
trying
can
to
I-
do
can
the
I- can I
RBR
answer?
dumb shit.
I'm
And this is what I'm saying.
I'm gonna
like,
answer right
fucking
now.
nuts.
So when you go look at the Google AdSense agreement,
That's
separate
he's
from
wrong.
YouTube,
That has nothing to do with what he's
it
talking
has
about,
everything
bro.
to do with it.
That
Let me
has
tell you
nothing to do with
why.
what he's talking
When you
about.
look at let me explain to the audience. Let them hear it, and please, and they'll decide if what I'm saying is nonsense. I get it. You don't agree with it, but let me say it now. Google has an AdSense contract that they give anybody. So if I go and I make a website, I could sign up for Google AdSense, and then Google will put ads on my webpage. As long as I own it, they'll give me 70% of it. That's the Google AdSense agreement, right? Now, YouTube says that if you create your channel, you own your channel. So then when Google comes in and puts ads on my channel, Google got to pay me that 70%.
How
YouTube
dumb do you
also has a
sound? How dumb do you
program-
sound?
YouTube
You
Yeah,
own,
let me ask you a question.
you only own. Listen,
YouTube also
You
has a
only own-
monetization program where they
How
give you a
dumb do you
cut.
sound?
But
And this is what
really,
I'm saying.
we're supposed to be
You're
getting
trying
paid
to. You're like,
twice.
listen,
We're supposed
listen.
to
You're
get
doing
paid
the same
from
dumb shit
Google
RBR
according to
does.
the
And
Google
think people not
AdSense
listening to what
agreement,
you're saying,
and we're supposed to get paid from YouTube.
bro. You're
according to
doing the same. You're just
So let me
program.
ask you
Why
a
You're
question.
isn't
Let me ask you a
Google
question.
paying us that 70%?
So let me ask you one
Why?
question, Zeb.
Hold up. Why is it when we sign up for a Google account?
I got a question, bro.
When we have a Gmail account, why isn't Google paying us that 70%?
I got a question.
because you don't have. Hold on.
And I
Nah,
asked you-
fuck that,
and I
man.
asked you
Hold
to
on,
confirm this,
hold on,
if
man.
I
We not
create a
gonna play this
blog,
game.
right?
We gonna shut
They
this
pay
down
me.
today.
They
We ain't
pay
doing
me
this no more.
when I have
Listen,
my blog.
this is the
When I
thing.
was on
This is
blog,
the
Wait,
thing.
hold on.
We talk. We
It's
heard
not,
you.
it's not like
Okay,
it's
we heard you,
ladies. I'm
we heard
gonna just drop y'all down so it don't get too ugly up in.
you.
Yeah.
Nah, don't drop.
I
Don't
got a-
drop.
I got a question,
Just the
Zeb.
ladies.
Why
Just the
isn't
ladies.
Google
We gonna bring y'all back,
AdSense paying us
okay?
for our YouTube content?
If you're gonna do the drop down shit, let me know, because I don't do that. Like, let me know.
Let me.
If you're
I
gonna do
just
that,
got
let
one
me know,
question.
because I don't do that.
I got
We
one
be
question I
grown
want to
men.
get. I
Like,
got
we
one
ain't-
question.
Why isn't
I
Google
just don't want to be
paying us
too
for the
disrespectful
AdSense
in front of the
content?
ladies.
No, I got one question I want to get in, please. One question,
How are we
Zab.
disrespectful in front
If
of the
you-
lady?
Zab,
I
if
said
you
I don't
own your
want to
channel,
get too disrespectful.
But how will we get?
You know
to
it could
disrespect- I don't-
AC,
let me
especially
ask
with
this
you
question.
here.
Let me ask this
Especially with
question.
you here, AC.
Let me ask
What
this
you
question. Let me
talking
ask this
about?
question,
What you
Zab.
talking about, Ken?
Not in a bad. Come on, AC. Just relax, man.
Y'all keep
Hold on one
getting
second,
hung
man.
up
Let me
on
ask
this YouTube monetization, 4,000
Zab,
followers.
Zab.
We're not even disputing that. We talk
Zab,
about
hold on. Let me ask you a question.
agreement that says that they're going to
Zab,
give us
hold on.
20% of the ad revenue.
How they
Why
gonna
isn't
get? Listen. Hold on. This is where you. Hold on, real quick, Maxie. You can have it. Real quick, Maxie. You can have it. Real quick. I'm gonna be real quick. Zab, this is where you're getting it wrong at. The thing that you don't understand is you owning a website and you owning a channel is two different things. Your website is yours. YouTube website is theirs. Your channel going on their website does not privy you to their AdSense money. You're on. You're listen. You're using. Listen.
saying that's
Bro.
what they want.
I can accept that answer, but what I'm saying is let's go to court and let's find out.
But how can what are you going to court to find out when you already signed an agreement stating that?
You're going to find out if what you just said is true. If having a website on a server that you don't own, it could be legally deemed.
But you own the website. The server is just a place. Listen.
Isn't that
listen, bro. This is what you got to understand.
Let's find out in
the
court.
server. Listen, you got to learn to listen sometimes, bro. You just talking because you just trolling. The server is nothing. Listen, bro. The server is nothing but. Listen, bro. You gotta listen, man. You gotta shut the fuck up.
Stop saying I'm not trolling though. I'm being dead ass.
You are trolling. You are trolling. You can never tell me anything different. This is what you have to understand. The server is nothing but a utility company. If you buy a house, that's where you go get your gas from. That's all they are. They're just a utility company that offers you a place to put your house in, and you can televise your house to the world. That's the difference. You have to understand, you're not looking at the relationship between the entities that's allowing you to promote whatever the fuck you're doing. Whether it's you having your own channel or whether you have your own website.
What I'm saying is let's find out in the court if the courts deem that we own our channel.
You do own your channel
Zach.
because you do own your
If we
channel.
own our channel, then why isn't Google paying us?
What are they supposed to be
Zach.
paying you? What are they
They're
supposed to be
supposed
paying
to
you,
pay
Zach?
us that 7% per the AdSense AdWords agreement.
AdWords has nothing to do
realize
with
that-
you. AdWords is the see. This is what I'm saying. You're wrong. AdWords has nothing to do with you. Nothing. Corporations
No,
are the
the,
ones.
the
who buy-
AdWords,
No,
the
see, this is what
AdWords
I'm
is the
saying.
word
You're
that you
wrong.
use that sends
Shut
you
the
to your
fuck up,
content.
dude. That's why I hate talking to you because you just be talking and you don't want to hear the truth. AdWords
I got a
has
question.
nothing to do with you. Nothing. That's the
No,
corporation that has a
I
relationship
agree.
with
AdWords,
Google.
take back the
AdWords has
AdWords, but
nothing
the
to do with
AdSense,
you.
let's focus on the AdSense shit.
This is what I'm saying, yo. Like motherfuckers like this just come and just
Jab, I got one
cause
question
havoc
for you,
with a
Jab.
fucked up non-starter conversation.
If you own your channel, if you really own your channel, then how can you be subject to Google's terms of service?
Because you still have rules that you have to abide by. You can't put
Well, then you don't
porn
own your channel.
on cable. No, you still got rules.
Then you
Like,
don't own your channel.
you own it, you still own it, but you
If
can't.
you owned your channel, you wouldn't be subject to their terms of service.
That's not true. Like you own your house,
It
right?
is true. It
You
is
own the
true.
house that you live in, right? But
is
can
true.
can you paint your house as a particular color in that neighborhood?
Yes, I can paint my house whatever I want to paint it.
Okay,
It's
this
my
is
house.
stupid.
Nah, unless you have an HOA.
Only
There's
what?
I can
still
paint my
rules
house
you gotta
whatever I
follow.
want to
HOA,
paint it.
Y'all hear me?
Not implement. You still gotta
Yeah,
do
what's up,
it.
Psycho?
Certain rules you
I
gotta
can
Peace,
do
follow.
conscious.
whatever I
What's going
want.
on?
Can't nobody
What's
tell
up?
me how to.
Of course,
Can't nobody
you
tell
can,
me
but
about
Who's
nothing about my house because I own
you'll
it.
be subject. You'll be subject to
Let
the
me say
law.
this.
I'm
This is
not
on my
subject to
channel.
nothing.
All right,
You can
yeah,
do
let me,
whatever you want. You can
let,
kill
let me say
somebody,
this.
but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
still
yeah,
can
All right,
yeah.
do
All that.
listen.
All that.
This
Let me
is the
say that.
only way he's
that
subject to
concept
something,
don't make
Zab.
any sense.
Zab, this is the only way he's subject to something, Zab, if he belongs to a housing organization. If he belongs to an HOA,
Man, it's a
right?
terrible analogy.
right.
If
This
he
whole-
belongs to an HOA,
let-
Zab, right?
let-
Then
let's-
he has to go to the HOA and
That's
ask for
right.
certain things. Can he paint
Y'all
his
hear
house
me?
a certain color?
But
Can he get a
there's
certain
some
kind of
neighborhoods
mailbox?
where you
Hold on,
can't.
let's not go get in
That's
real quick.
only
Let's
if
not
he
go get in real quick,
belongs
y'all.
to a particular organization. But if
That's
you
a
just
bad
have a
analogy.
house
Let
on
me
the
get in
block,
real quick.
you
Let
can
me
paint
kill
that
all this.
bitch fuchsia if you want.
Let me kill all this trolling real quick because he keeps talking about terms of service. What terms of service you signed with AdSense?
That's
I'm
what I
asking
said to him, bro.
He don't even know what the fuck he like. This, I'm saying, this is
That's what I
this is
said to
this
him,
is
bro.
trolling. Yeah, this is trolling because I'm listening to because I'm listening to this weirdo over here who they don't even got to deal with AdSense. AdSense and your YouTube channel is two separate things. Your AdSense
Actually, I do gotta deal with AdSense.
You got to AdSense, so your channel's monetized. Then. So your channel's monetized.
I got a channel where I got
Is your channel
14,000 subs
monetized?
making
Yes or no?
beats.
So your channel's monetized.
One of my channels is monetized, and this channel.
So what are you bitching about? So what are you bitching about? So if your
I'm
channel's
have
monetized, what are you bitching about?
monetized.
If your channel's monetized, what are you bitching about?
Because it's bribery money. I want the
Hey,
Bribery
got
money.
money.
What are you
Bribery.
talking about? What do you mean? So
I
you're
want-
going to go to
I
Clay?
want
Wait, so you're
the
suing them
70%
for getting
AdSense money.
bribery money? What are you suing them for then? What are you suing them for, troll?
Because I want the 70% AdSense money per.
That's
the
what you're
AdSense
getting. That's
money.
what you're getting. You're getting that
No,
if your channel's
I'm getting the
monetized.
YouTube
If your
money. I
channel's
don't
monetized, you're
fuck
getting
YouTube
70%.
money.
What are you talking about? You lying ass troll.
Fuck
You lying
YouTube
ass
money. I
troll.
want
What
the
are you
Google
talking
money.
about?
I don't want
What are you
the
up here
fucking,
talking about?
YouTube money.
You sitting there, I mean, you can't. You're not even good at this. You're not even good at this, dog. What are you talking about? You said your channel's monetized. That means you're getting 70% of your AdSense money. What are you suing them for? What are you suing them for?
Money.
What are you suing them for?
I keep answering you, but then it's like you hear it and then you ask it again. I'm suing Google for the Google AdSense money that I'm not getting.
What? So AdSense money you ain't getting? You just said you're supposed to get 70% of your AdSense money, and that's what you're getting if your channel's monetized. Again, what are you suing them for, dumbass? What are you suing them for?
I haven't gotten it yet.
You haven't gotten it yet. How long has your channel been monetized?
About 2.5 years.
2.5 years, and you ain't never get a Google check. In 2.5 years, you ain't never get a Google check. That means your channel's pathetic. That means your channel's pathetic because you're supposed to get paid every time you crack the $100 mark. The $100 mark. Every time you crack the $100 mark, that's when they supposed to pay you. So if you ain't make over $100 in 2.5 years, that just means your channel sucks.
I mean, way more than
That
that.
just means your channel sucks. It's real bad too.
Where is my?
I don't know what the fuck you over here talking about. You're trolling. Like I said. You're trolling.
Nah,
Stop
his
trolling.
channel got
I got way
1,000
more than
subscribers.
Stop trolling.
I got way
Yeah,
more
he
than
can't
100.
help himself. He can't help
What
himself.
are you
That's why
talking
KN.
about? So what are you talking
That's why
about?
Wait a minute, his
KN
channel
right-
got 1,000 subscribers.
He said he got
Not this one.
14,000 subscribers.
He said he got 14,000 subscribers. He probably lying
I
about
got
that
a
too. I'm
channel.
going with a little dumbass
Zach,
story
you
though.
got 14,000 subscribers.
I don't believe that
No.
shit. Don't believe that
It
shit.
doesn't
No, I
matter.
absolutely refuse to believe
show
it.
it. Screen share. Show your channel. Show your channel
No.
with 14,000 right now. Screen share.
I separate.
Screen share it.
my
Screen
shit.
share. Screen share.
No,
Go
I
to
don't
screen
believe
share.
that.
Go to
I don't
YouTube
believe that.
and show us the channel right now.
He
Troll.
full of shit.
Prove you're
I
not a
don't
troll.
believe- I don't
Prove
believe
you're not a
that.
troll. Prove
He
you're not a
full of
troll.
shit, yo.
Screen
Hey,
share
Psycho,
and show us
Psycho, you gotta
Fucking
cut.
14,000.
Psycho,
Show
you
us that
gotta
channel
start
right now.
collecting my bodies, man. You don't let me collect
That's
my
what I
bodies.
thought,
Shit.
troll. That's what I thought, troll.
The
Get your
point
You
troll
gotta
ass
start
out of
collecting
here.
my bodies, man. I almost had him in the
Motherfucker.
casket,
Google is
man.
the king.
Dumbass troll.
I almost had him in the casket. Damn, Kentucky just knocked
Dumb
off
as
South
hell up on
Carolina.
here, man.
Wow.
Full of shit, man. He ain't got no 14,000.
He
He
ain't
full
got
of shit.
He ain't full of shit. He been full of
He
shit.
full of
He trying to
shit,
do
man.
his best RBR impersonation. He's doing a horrible job at it.
What you say the channel was about making beats?
14,000. The fuck out of here.
Add words.
It's possible. It's like 14. I mean, it's decent, but it ain't like it's impossible to grab. But I don't believe he got it. I don't believe he has it. I can tell by his lack of knowledge about AdSense. I can tell he don't know what the fuck he talking about. I can tell he's brand new around here because he don't know what the fuck.
Nah, he took RBR's cliff notes to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Where he, where he would show a little bit, then take off the screen where it showed the truth, and then put a little bit. You know what I mean? So he got that version of it. You know what I mean? He got that version of AdSense, and then he's gonna bring up AdWords, and then he's gonna bring up AdWords, and AdWords is for the corporations that's buying ads on Google. Has nothing to do with content creators, none of that shit.
I never said it did.
You did say AdWords, nigga. You said AdWords and AdSense.
I said
AdSense. Everybody on the panel, did the nigga not say AdWords?
Yeah, he did.
Everybody
he's
on
talking
the panel,
about.
did the nigga not say AdWords?
He mentioned both
times.
He don't know what he's talking about.
A couple times. Like you got the real deal up here, Zad. You got the real deal up here. Like we ain't.
Listen, the point is this. The point is this. Google.
This is the real deal up here.
The point is this: Google has an AdSense agreement, and Google isn't paying us. Now YouTube is paying us.
What do you mean? What do you mean he's not paying you? How they not paying
They're
you?
not paying us from the AdSense agreement. YouTube is paying us.
And it'd be against the law for them not to pay you.
Zab, who owns Google, Zab?
Twice.
I mean, who owns YouTube?
Google does.
If YouTube is paying you, who owns YouTube?
Google is, but they're supposed to pay us twice. You're supposed to pay me for the YouTube.
Supposed to pay twice. Show where it's supposed to say that. Show it. Show where it's supposed to get paid twice. Show it. Right now, show it. Because you're doing a lot of talking. You ain't showing no evidence. Show and prove,
I can't show you
show
some
and
that
prove.
was in there.
Show us up.
They're supposed to pay us from
show
the.
us how they
Show us up. Show us up.
But Zab, you said you ain't even posted no video in the last 6-7 months, man.
Show us up.
I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, so you can't. If you ain't posted up to 6 months, you wouldn't still be monetized. They would kick you out.
He means because
I abandoned this channel. I said, yo, this space is too retarded. And even though I haven't posted in 6 months, I still gained like 100 subs.
Right.
Show
us the channel.
And I don't even be posting
in 6.
Show us the channel.
But if you have been posted in 6 months, you wouldn't be
on this channel.
If
and my
you haven't posted in 6 months,
do you actually show evidence? Do you just talk? Do you just talk, or do you actually show evidence?
You remember the last time I
do you
went
just
live,
talk, or do you actually show evidence? Do you actually show evidence, or do you just talk? Do you just talk?
I'm gonna go to his channel right now. What's his link? I want to see this for
evidence
myself.
is what I'm saying. You either
so you don't show nothing. So you just talk.
Researching
so you just talk. You don't show no evidence.
Find out the shit yourself.
That means you don't show no evidence then.
I want to go to the
you
channel.
You truly are student RBR.
Put your link in the chat.
You truly are RBR student.
I want to go to your channel right now. I want to see this for myself.
This is C-level trolling.
Hey, I gotta drop down. I'll be back though. I gotta take this call.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, take that call. Yeah, you do that.
I want to go to his channel. He got 14,000 subscribers. I don't believe.
He ain't got no goddamn channel with 14,000.
Not him.
Hey, y'all. I'm
me
really
that channel and
starting to
then prove it's
believe.
your channel.
I'm really starting to believe that foreigners really think we're dumb. I'm really starting to believe that.
He's a foreigner? He's a foreigner?
Yes, he is.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, he's from Jamaica. He don't sound Jamaican. He don't
He
sound
sound
like
real
he's
Jamaican.
He'll say it sometimes.
I don't mean Jamaica Queen.
Not like
either.
they get a little.
I
still
think
talking about
they
this
really think we don't know what the fuck we be talking about.
He's
They
hired
can
this
say
Caribbean
anything.
accent very well.
Put it this way, Arthur's talked about it. I told him the same thing. Psychopathic as you have, and also Max, along with a few other people, and Carol and everybody else, said exactly the same thing.
But even when you get on, like it take a whole lot of views to make some money, right? Like
I want to see
millions.
I want to see the show with the lawyer on it.
With
That's the one I want.
The lawyer.
That dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
Remember
know.
Zach got the lawyer for RBR and they talk.
Yeah,
Damn,
yeah. I want to see it.
Yeah, that shit was
I've never
crazy.
seen it
If I
before.
was that lawyer, I would have left that shit alone.
He was.
That
I
shit
heard
was
one.
crazy.
I heard one though. He was talking to another lawyer, and he kind of wasn't telling her the whole scenario. She was
Y'all
just
should
like,
have been. I was on the one where the motherfucker called the motherfucking the law firm called him back. That was the funniest shit ever. That was the funniest shit ever.
And was he on the radio at the time?
Yeah, he was on. He was doing this show.
Yeah, I think that was the same one. Some white lady.
I think she was a sister, but she might have been white. She sounded like a sister though.
Is that the one where he gave his address out on?
Nah.
Yeah, that's the one I think I heard.
Yeah, the one he gave his address out on. I don't know if he knew he was still alive when he did it.
Yeah, that's the one I heard. That's crazy. But yeah, it take a lot of views though, even make some money. That's what I'm saying. How you get $15 million from your channel?
Yeah, but it ain't just AdSense. You know, there's other avenues of revenue too that you can make.
Like that partner. I'm wondering, is it any like, because I done seen a few like white content on how to start a YouTube channel, how to make money, how to, do the keyword searches. I wonder if there's any black like tutorials like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of black.
Well, the black people do it. Yeah. There's a lot of black tutorials.
Yeah, it's a lot of black.
You're about to hire me a channel.
I'm
about to hire me a black channel manager.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man, to help my channel out, straighten my channel out. Get me out from under the shadow ban.
I wonder why nobody have y'all been on Fanbase yet?
No. I haven't.
What about you, AC? It's a black owned company. Company. Like Snoop involved in it. Isaac Hayes Jr. is based. Well, I won't say it's based out of Atlanta, but Isaac Hayes Jr. down here in Atlanta, and he kind of started it. It's kind of like an Instagram. But
I never even heard of it.
Like initially, you get paid right. I won't say off the start, but you can post contents and then people can pay for it rather than you have to go through certain steps. You get paid like instantly if you have enough people that like you. But it seems like
what now?
Is it like TikTok? Do you get paid the way TikTok get paid? I know TikTok got a.
I don't know how you get paid.
You gotta buy like currency on TikTok or some shit from what I heard.
I don't know.
They kind of like just spread it out. Like you gotta buy like hearts and likes and stuff like that, and then after you buy them, you go to the content creators and you kind of every time you hit heart or like or whatever, the content creator gets a piece of the money that you kind of like commissary or whatever.
I heard it was like you had to get 10,000 viewers. 10,000 subscribers. Then you can make money. But before then, you can't.
Yeah. You do gotta hit a plateau or something like that. Yeah,
that's what I heard. But no, Fanbase is kind of like Instagram almost in a second. But you can, like post videos. I guess it would be Patreon a little bit, but it's what I'm saying. You can scroll up, but like when you want to see certain content, you got to pay. But they charge you in hearts, like Psycho was just talking about, but it ain't really too big yet. But Snoop got a lot of content on this, and I think
I hate those phone apps though myself. I hate those phone apps.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I know they big.
I'm just saying on a personal level, I just don't like phone apps like TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that, like Snapchat.
I like
stuff
Twitter. I don't fuck with the gram ain't nothing but African bitches, rappers, and food. And so I don't really. And TikTok just after a while, you're like, all right, okay.
The girls love TikTok though. Girls, they all over there.
Man, they be doing them. They be dancing all the time on TikTok, especially the African sisters.
Yeah, you get lost up in TikTok. I hate to stay here for a little bit.
So TikTok is like basically like Instagram.
Nah, it's
kind of, but a little bit.
Yeah, but it's
different.
a wormhole. It's you know what I mean.
It's
Instagram ain't no wormhole.
It's the event horizon, huh?
It's a lot
Instagram
of
ain't a
booty
wormhole.
shaking. It's a lot of booty shaking going on TikTok.
But AC on Twitter, I used to fuck with Twitter.
Yeah, I fuck with Twitter. See, Twitter, you get information and you can have conversations with motherfuckers and shit. I mean, Twitter wild as hell. Motherfuckers on Twitter disrespectful as hell, but
I'm gonna have to try. What's your handle on Twitter, man? Just look me up, Conscious Moron, man. Start following.
I got you. I think I hit you on Instagram. I don't think I hit you on Twitter.
Man, I got my old Twitter account when I used to do my sports radio show on Blog Talk. It's still up there, man. I haven't did that shit in years.
Blog Talk. Some of my old shows on Blog Talk. A lot of them shit's gone.
Yeah, I had a sports show called The Locker Room on there.
I had the highest rated show on Blog Talk on there for a year and a half.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What was it called?
It was a battle rap show.
Oh yeah, battle rap. Oh yeah. I was thinking about doing that on here. I was thinking about doing that on YouTube.
The first battle rap show, it was huge, but yeah, it was we had the #1 rated show. They used to promote our show on the front page of Blog Talk.
Yeah, battle rap is big.
Mm.
I was thinking about getting that started here on YouTube, but it's hard to get the people up.
I've seen a few of them channels.
Yeah,
I've never got into battle rap. I've never got
that's
into
a hard thing to crack right now.
I think the white boys are messing it. I think the white boys are fucking it up, but
yeah, they did. They did.
The white boys are fucking it up.
I think so. I can get.
I don't like that motherfucker Danger. I don't like that motherfucker. I don't like that motherfucker Danger because he be fucking racist, man. I don't like him, man. I don't like him.
Racist motherfuckers in battle rap. You be shot.
Yeah, but he like the worst one though. You know.
Yeah, I never got into that shit.
Yeah, I've never a few of them, but yeah,
they got some nasty battle rappers, bro.
I see a few ladies though spit some bars like, damn, ouch.
Yeah, they be killing it, man. And then fucking Cannabis went on there and played itself out and shit. Bought a notebook. Can't bring no notebook to a battle rap.
And
I think I ever seen was when Cassidy went against that dude.
Oh, they got personal.
Which one? Disaster?
Huh?
No, the dude from
Disaster against Disaster.
Fucking the
one he was beefing with, the one he was about to fight and shit.
Yeah, the one from Wildin' Out. I think I can't remember.
Yeah, I seen that one.
Yeah, I seen a few. I seen the one when the white dude called dude a nigga and dude punched him.
Yeah, I'm telling you, fucking Disaster, dude.
I didn't see that whole
thing.
I like
the whole thing.
Lyrically, I like Cassidy, but he can be rough. He can be rough around the edges, in real life.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He's definitely hard to interview. I don't even want to interview him no more. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Wow, what was wrong with him? Was he arrogant?
Yeah, arrogant is a good word. I'll accept arrogant. Yeah.
y'all gotta understand Philly niggas. Like all the niggas like that. Beanie Siegel like that. All the niggas.
But all MCs are arrogant. I can accept that. I'm used to that. But he just very rough around the edges. Let's just say that.
Yeah, they're very talented, man. Battle rapper, they come off the top of their head, man. They get the flowing real nice. There's some really nasty ones out there, bro.
It's almost like playing the dozens and rhyming at the same time. So.
Yeah, man. I got a lot of respect for him, man. That takes talent, man. It takes a lot of intelligence to be able to just put it together like that, man. Just out of nowhere. Just looking at somebody and just coming, just putting it all together that quickly and making it make sense and flowing like that. Shit is incredible, man.
Yeah, they're talented. I just never like got into it, but they are talented. They are talented.
Yeah, I want to get something like that here, but it's hard to get them together, man. It's hard to, everybody's spread out, and I talked to a few here and there. You know what's pretty good, man? Believe it or not, man, Bro Rob is good, man. From Chi-Town, Bro Rob is good. Crew is good.
Matter of fact, where's Crew? I know Crew. I ain't seen him in shit.
And I didn't know Chi-Town was nasty like that, though, man. I was like, God damn. Oh.
Both of them are Crew and
Battle Rap is good. Battle Rap is big. But you see, now they letting all of these these foreigners. Now you got all these Asians battle rapping, and
But hip hop always been like that, right? It's always been worldwide.
Nah, but the Asians, what's pissing me off is that the Asians trying to act like they the best, like fucking. Like, I don't like the shit China Mac. I'm not saying China Mac a battle rapper, but he really exploiting black people, man. He really exploiting.
Who you said was exploiting black people?
China Mac.
China. Yeah. It's a whole bunch of people exploiting black people in music.
Yeah. And they all making a name and shit, right? Off of black culture. Whereas he can't go back to his own culture, because they don't accept that shit, so he, makes his money over here. He acts one way with us, another way with his own people and shit.
But that's been since the beginning of music, from Elvis on up. That's just part of I never
like the fact that you got
how we
all
let
non-black
through our hands.
All
So
non-black
a whole
artists
lot of music
that partake in black music shit, they all do that. They all do one way in our community, and they go back and be traditional in their community. They damn sure don't take the shit they do with us over there. That's for sure.
How you think we let so many of those
There's
music
only one
slip through our hands?
Because we don't control the narrative. We don't.
There's only one white rapper.
We don't control the industry.
There's only one white rapper who I don't think exploited black people, because even when he was rapping, he just sound white. Fucking Ice. What's he call himself? Ice what? What's his name? Ice, right?
Vanilla Ice?
Psycho? Yeah, Vanilla Ice. Sound white.
Yeah.
He never sound black to me.
Ever been accused of taking black? I mean, he was what he was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sounded white.
Ding 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 ding.
Clown. He was a mockery of hip hop. That's what he was.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't.
You remember when Jim Carrey did that Vanilla Ice cover from The Living Color?
Man, too many Negroes bowed down to Eminem, man. You had the God MC himself, Rakim, calling Eminem the rap god.
What you think about that? You don't think he up there?
I mean, he good, but I don't think nah.
What you think, AC?
I don't think that he is as good as everybody makes him as, but I do think that he had a moment where he was at the top of the shit, and that moment made him sort of legendary to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not what I'm saying? I can't deny that moment he had didn't make him legendary in some aspects of how he, what I'm saying, how he, put it, how good he was doing at that moment when his shit was at the top of the food chain.
Right.
So in a
So he
sense,
seized
he's
the moment.
legendary for the buzz he created when he had his moment.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It was all
right. I actually got a chance to hear Eminem before most people because
that's right.
of my connections.
Eminem, right?
Yeah. Well, I met him. I don't know him.
I mean, what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, not know him,
yeah.
but you met him. You know what I mean?
Right. And I heard a lot of his underground stuff before Dre even signed him, and everything. And I know where he got his style from and everything else. So yeah, we talking artistically, he's nice. Like he's nice. Like I would not put him in the same class with like Vanilla Ice, who I think was a mockery of hip hop and was just a clown, a straight clown, like no talent whatsoever, just a creation, right? Eminem actually does have talent. He does know how to formulate his words. He's very tricky, and he has a lot of punchlines and all this. Where I start to draw the line at is when people start throwing the word GOAT around and start putting him as the greatest. Rap God. Shit like that. Everything else, like I'm not going to go that far.
Listen,
right?
I thought Cannabis got him on his own rendition of Stan. I thought Cannabis smoked him.
Yeah, I don't know where that comes from. This GOAT thing. I really don't understand what that's about. Like,
those are mainly millennials that really like and Zoomers. Millennials, but not even so much Zoomers, because a lot of Zoomers look at Eminem like an old hit. It's mainly the millennials that kind of like hold Eminem at high regard, because when they was coming into into the the understanding of hip hop and everything else, and starting to buy their own music and really get into the music, Eminem was on top of the game, right? As far as like record sales and everything else, he was the one that was being promoted.
Personally, man, I think Jadakiss a bodying, bro.
It's a lot of people I think will whoop his ass, but to millennials, Eminem is kind of like held at real high regard.
That's what I'm saying. Like when he did what he did, they were coming of age, and it was legendary.
Right. He was up there breaking records.
Even in that movie 8 Mile, right? Yeah. Even in the movie 8 Mile, when they did the battles, right? One of them cat, I don't know if that was Corrupt. One of them beat him in that movie. He got beat by one of them dudes, as far as I was concerned. I don't know if it was
the second dude. I thought the second dude whooped his ass.
He got beat by one of them dudes.
Yeah, that second dude whooped his ass in that tournament.
Yeah, he got beat by one of them dudes.
He edged him at the end, but the dude had a longer run of spitting fire shit in comparison to the shit he spit. He just edged him at the end. That's all that was.
Yeah.
But the dude spit fire shit longer than he did, but the shit he said at the end was just like, oh my God, and just kind of got him.
Yeah, that's when he beat Papa Dot.
Papa Dot. Damn, that was a long time.
But see, that show motherfuckers that lyrics matter. Like that New York shit, when it comes to lyrics, that shit matter. People don't like that shit.
Yeah.
People think it's some kind of bias. It's not a bias. That shit is real. Lyrics matter. Even no matter where you from, even if you in the South, if you spitting it how you spitting it, as long as you spit lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't like that shit.
That's right. Real skill.
I know y'all are from the East Coast. So would you think that the East has the best genre of rap?
I'm not gonna say that anymore, because each region has who they have. Like you guys are not gonna praise who we praise as the best and who is our favorite in comparison to who are your favorite. So it wouldn't be, for me, I wouldn't even do that anymore, because regionally every region has kind of put themselves on the map. So it's like, and they've had longevity. So if Scarface and niggas in Houston been doing it for 30 years, niggas in Atlanta been doing it for 30 years, I'm not gonna expect them to have the same best of the best list that I would have, right?
It's based on region and age. And age.
So it matters. So for me, I'm strictly New York hip hop. You know what I'm saying? From its conception, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't make me averse to giving credit to other music that I like. I love NWA. I love all that shit back then. DOC, you know what I mean? King T, you know what I mean? All that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but when you put them up against cats like Run DMC, EPMD, Gangstar, Grandmaster Flash Furious 5, The Treacherous 3, Fab Five Freddy, Cold Crush Brothers, Houdini.
See, but that's the point that I'm trying to make. I'm not putting them up against them. I'm just enjoying the fact that I got diversity and I got some other shit over here I can listen to in concert with the shit I can get from where I'm from on a daily basis. 'Cause that's what I'm shooting in my veins all day. So I ain't gotta make a distinction between Run DMC and if I might be listening to a little bit of NWA, you know what I mean, for a little bit while I'm drinking 40 with my boys in the laundromat. But after that, when I come home, I'm back in the crib listening to listen to EPMD, listen to Special Ed. You know what I'm saying? Listen to Chill Ride.
Y'all Special Ed, Special Ed.
Right, listen to Chill
Yo,
Ride.
man, one of the coldest.
You know what I mean? Cool G Rap, Road to the Riches. You know what I'm saying? Listening to Big Daddy Kane, Raw. I mean, so it was the variety.
Shit, I ain't even got to them. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's how letting you know where I'm at with the hip hop.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So for me, having the Ice Cube and NWA with that shit, that made it even better. And a little bit of Scarface and a little bit of Luke, that made that shit even better. So I never
one of the
I
coldest.
always wanted to dismiss the notion that, you know, we know what New York hip hop is. I ain't gotta make that declaration nowhere. I already know what it is. The world know what it is, right? But a nigga can appreciate good shit from other regions that a nigga have been listening to for 20, 30 years and not make that better than my shit, but also give it its props for being what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, one of the coldest lyrics I heard Daryl Mack spit was, "I cut the head off the devil and I throw it at you." That was one of the coldest spits I heard, man.
Yeah, that was Raising Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I will say East Coast hip hop influenced me the most. I can say that. You know, I enjoy like Arthur said, I enjoyed music from all regions and everything else. I was one of the first dudes in my hood that started embracing hip hop coming from other areas and everything else, as far as the Eazy-E's and the NWAs and the Ghetto Boys and everything else when they first dropped. A lot of people out in my hood wasn't rocking with it. You know, they didn't understand. And I got why they was on it like that, you know, like they didn't understand what they was talking about, you know, because they was talking about, you know, because people out in the West Coast got their own lingo. They got their own way they talk. They got their own way of dress. Yeah. You know, so it's when we saw this, and mind you, this before social media and everything else. So our social media kind of was the music videos, right? And movies and stuff. This is how we got to see what people was doing in other areas, right? Like people out in the South and out in the West Coast got to see what we was doing through media, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what we used it for, the Midwest. But I'm gonna have
to stay biased to the East, man, because there's too many legendary groups, man. Who is the Public Enemy in the West?
But yeah, they wasn't spitting like that out in the West.
Yeah, right. But you gotta think who's the Wu-Tang Clan? Who's the Wu-Tang Clan in the West?
Well, they different styles. These are different styles of music.
I mean, Collective probably be almost death, bro.
NWA.
Yeah.
Okay, I give most death some respect.
If you just talk about collective of people,
NWA, DOC had multiple rappers from one group go on to do solo shit. So it would be an NWA. And I'm not trying to do that for the dismiss. I
then
love
it was like to get low players. E40 had a little. I don't know if y'all mess with E40. For me,
it was NWA up against Wu-Tang. I don't think so.
But it's a different lingo. Like a person on Cali would say the opposite. He'd be
Ice Cube was all right, but he wasn't all that.
Oh man, Ice Cube was the architect of gangster rap, man. It was Ice-T.
That's that gangster rap shit, but
he told us he was different with it too, though, because you know he
pretty much was the
Bomb Squad. So
but he pretty much was the
elevated while NWA was.
But he pretty much was the whole crew, as far as I'm concerned. NC Ren was a bum. Dr. Dre was a bomb.
They was the illest shit in the world.
You said what now?
That's because they introduced a new style of rap. That shit caught everybody off guard. That gangster rap shit.
But that's what Wu-Tang did. Wu-Tang brought in the new style.
I gotta
of
give
rap,
credit on that. Yeah,
group mentality. Like that's the same thing they did. We never heard that kind of shit. Karate shit mixed with Italian.
Man. They got Old Dirty Bastard. They got the RZA.
They mixing niggas.
Yeah, but all them niggas is cold though. The RZA.
You know what? Wu-Tang gave me a job.
Yeah, but Wu-Tang, the whole crew was cold though.
It gave me the job. Y'all remember him, Ja Rule the Damager?
Yeah.
He gave me Wu-Tang gave me like for some odd reason, like I think maybe I don't feel the way New York cats feel about Wu-Tang. They was tight and shit, but y'all love them.
Wu was cool.
I mean, dude, man, the whole crew was cold, bro. Everybody's cold. RZA,
they had like a 2-year run where they was the best in the game for like 2 years.
Yeah, they did. When that Cream came out,
everybody cold, man. You look at NWA. If you look at NWA, right? Well, let me say this real quick, Andre. If you look at NWA, right? The best rapper was Ice Cube by far. Ren was a bum. Okay. Dr. Dre was a bum. The other cat was a bum. Dr. Dre couldn't even rap back then, bro.
MC Ren wasn't a bum.
But Ren wasn't a bum. I mean, he might not have been.
DOC wasn't a bum.
If you hear
DOC was not a bum at all.
Yeah, DOC definitely wasn't a bum. If he wouldn't have gotten that accident,
he was still ghostwriting.
A lot of the Chronic too.
Yeah, even after the accident, he started ghostwriting.
Y'all.
That DOC, no one can do it better.
DOC wasn't a bum at all.
I think he was at his best after Cube. After Cube, it was him.
But they had kind of like I don't know. I mean, the doc was cool.
If that nigga wouldn't have got hurt, man, the DOC was.
Yeah, the DOC might have been fooled.
Listen, man, that nigga was
saved NWA.
Yeah, it's a funky. That shit was hard, man. It's a funky was hard. But when you look at NWA, you had Ice Cube was clearly the best rapper.
Oh yeah, for sure. Don't sleep on MC Ren.
Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang's whole clique, Wu-Tang's whole group was cold.
I don't know about that. Not the whole group.
Yeah, that's
the whole group. It's my shit though. That Bobby Digital. You ain't shit. Your mama ain't shit. Your daddy ain't shit.
Dirty was cold. I mean, when they brought Method Man out, when Method Man was young. I forgot the first single he dropped there when he was young.
Method Man
was Ray and Ghost and everybody else, man. Point blank, period.
And we ain't even talking about my man's Redman, yo. I ain't even threw him in the mix yet.
Wasn't part of Wu-Tang. But listen, Redman ain't part of Wu-Tang. But listen,
I'm not talking about him being a part of Wu-Tang.
But listen, with Wu-Tang, man, it was Ray and Ghost and everybody else, man. That's
Ray and Ghost was the tightest.
Well, but what about Old Dirty, man?
Come on, man. Old Dirty. I mean, he came after Ray and Ghost. Like, I mean, he was raw, but he came after Ray and Ghost, man. Like,
why wouldn't it be Method Man? See, I'm not a New York kid. Why wouldn't it be Method Man? Because on the outside, it looked like it would be Method Man. Maybe it was just
the Purple Tape is one of the greatest tapes ever made, ever, no matter what genre of music.
Even G24, like I think on the outside, everybody would think it'd be Method Man who was the best.
Hell no.
But he might just be the most popular,
Meth ain't nowhere near Raekwon. Ray is
Raekwon is nasty,
man. Then it's everybody else.
See, I ain't really like Supreme. I liked a couple joints on Supreme Clientele, but just the way he would fish, Chris, catfish, slip sticks. I ain't really like that. I wasn't really a fan. Like he had some cuts on there, and the beats was nice.
I think Supreme Clientele is Ghostface.
I'm gonna tell you who I was iffy on that a lot of people.
Ghostface.
That's not Raekwon.
Who I was iffy on that a lot of people like, and I couldn't understand why. I didn't like EPMD, man.
Oh, you tripping?
Cass was. I know, right? Every time I said it,
on that one, bro. You tripping?
Yeah. Serious EPMD is that.
I know everybody thinks I'm a traitor or something, man. Like they just didn't do it for me for some reason, man.
Oh my God.
I didn't like Parrish.
Oh my God.
I didn't like Parrish at all. I thought.
Even if you didn't like how they was rapping, just how they did the beat. That's how they did the beat.
EPMD is so much the shit.
I thought Parrish was weak, man. I didn't. Sherman was. I just thought Parrish was weak.
Everything though, everything about them was.
There has never been nothing like them two niggas ever.
Man,
there's nothing.
I hold the position
nothing like them two niggas ever. Ever.
Never dropped the whack album ever.
And it's never been nothing like these two niggas.
It ain't too many people I can say that about. Ain't too many people I can say that about.
If I had to choose between them and Pete Rock and CL Smooth, I choose P Rock and CL
no
Smooth.
competition.
Man, Max,
They're
you
not
ain't
even in their league.
I'm just telling you,
They're
man.
nowhere near
P-Rock
them.
and
They're
CL.
not even
Name
in their
one.
league.
I couldn't.
They don't even have. They don't even have an album, a classic album to put up against them. Man, that EPMD shit, man. Are you serious, man? That shit was dropping like with Run DMC, man. These niggas was that.
Nice and smooth.
Man.
Nice and smooth.
Come on, man.
Nice and smooth.
They have they
Nice and
Nice and Smooth was
have
nice,
nothing
but
on
no,
EPMD.
man, no.
Nothing.
EPMD.
Uh-huh.
Here compares making dollars.
And
Crazy
you
with
see
the
what I'm
bitch
saying?
you
I
got.
can't catch
to
a
me
break,
top
man.
five.
and Max and
Top.
and
EPMD has to be your top
I can't
five all
catch a break,
time
man.
hip hop groups in my mind.
and, and in the mortal words of EPMD,
I
you
can't
got
catch
to
a break,
chill,
man. I
Max.
can't.
You got to chill.
Every time I know, every
You got
time I
to
mention
chill.
EPMD, I get a chat from both sides. Everybody like, man, you crazy, baby.
You got
Even my
to
own brothers
chill.
think I'm crazy.
It's on the only
You know,
other
like-
to me, the only other group that holds more like that could probably be put in the same sentence as EPMD coming out the East Coast is Run DMC. And that's the only that's the only other group you probably can put in
Or
that
Tribe
category.
Called Quest, you know what I'm saying? Or Tribe Called Quest, something like that. Like
Tribe Called Quest is
Nah, not even
EPMD though. I
Nah,
think
not
like
EPMD. Nah,
I
not
mean,
Tribe. I like them.
even I mean, you could just go
I
off
don't
their
know about
music
you.
alone, but then you gotta look at the tree that came from up under them too, like all the shit they
Solo.
Yes, Redman,
like
K Solo,
Redman,
Keith Murray,
Keith Murray, everything else,
Keith Murray, yeah.
Look at all the
Keith
success
Murray,
Eric
boy.
Sherman had as a producer afterwards and everything else. Like,
yes.
yeah, they tree just goes
And
so
Coogee
far
Rap
down.
come under them too?
Nah, Coogee
Nah,
Rap was
G-Rap came under Marley Marl and Juice Crew, yeah.
Juice Crew.
Man, that was messed up how they ended up, man. I hated that. I hated that, man.
Oh yeah, Molly
I hated
Marl. That's right. I forgot about Molly Marl. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I hated
The
that.
Juice Crew, Molly Marl, the Juice Crew.
The Green
Where
Eye
did MC
Bandit.
Milk come from, man? Who he came from?
Brooklyn.
He's with Dougie Fresh in it, right?
No, Milk is with
Nah, they
with
came out
Light.
they came out by themselves. They
Yeah,
was
Audio
Light.
Audio. What was it? Audio.
MC Light came under them. MC
Audio
Light came
too,
under
the
them.
Audio too, right, right.
Yeah, Audio too.
And then MC Light came under them.
Yeah.
But what happened with X Clan too, though, man? They was nice.
Yeah, X Clan was
I thought
that
they
shit.
broke
They had
up
their
or
little
something.
moment.
Yeah.
X
They
Clan
conscious
was that
hip hop
shit.
went out the door. That's what happened to them. Conscious hip hop went out the door.
Oh man, one of the coldest groups, man, is EPMD. I mean, I know EPMD.
Yeah, you said it right.
Yeah.
I know, right? I keep
You said
fucking
it
around. I know, right? No, I'm talking about Public Enemy, and them niggas, they were cold, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nowhere you can go at one point without hearing a Rebel Without a Pause. I mean, there was nowhere you can go without hearing that record, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was playing it in their car. That's when they had the souped up 98s back in the
Yo, that's my
back in the day.
favorite shit. That my 98 O's, my
Y'all want to hear something
98
crazy about
Oldsmobile.
Souped up 98s.
Crazy
yo.
thing
That's
about
my
Public
favorite
Enemy?
motherfucker. One of my favorite songs.
Crazy
My
thing about Public
98
Enemy is
Oldsmobile. The super. That's my shit.
most people. The crazy thing about Public Enemy is most black people didn't get hip to Public Enemy to the second album.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the first album right now.
Their first album.
That's what I'm talking about.
More white people was buying that album than black people.
Yeah, that's the album I'm talking about. The first album.
And the reason why more white people was hip to Public Enemy during their first album days was because they was on tour with the
College
Beastie Boys
tours.
and Run DMC.
Yeah.
They was on,
Yeah.
And all those white boys would go out there to listen to Walk This Way and watch the Beastie Boys, but Public Enemy was the group that was opening it up for them. And so they got hit to them before people in the hood did, because they was on tour before their albums even dropped. So when their album dropped, nobody in the hood knew who they was, but the white boys knew them. So they started buying up the album and everything else. So they was hit the Public Enemy because of the tours and everything else before black people was, who didn't really get hit to them to the second album.
You know what's
the album
disappointing,
Public Enemy
man, when
blew
we
up.
talk, whenever I get into a hip hop talk, man, like old school, I don't never hear anybody mention Houdini, man.
Well,
They're
you
talking
know,
about all the
because
other groups, but they'll never mention Houdini.
I mean, I think because Houdini had that, like they had their little niche, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So their niche, that style of
They
music
was so
that they put
80s.
out,
They
it
was
just
so
made
80s.
them like a gift to us. You know what I mean? So there's nothing bad you're gonna say about them. So they,
See, like,
got their lane. You know what I mean?
the thing about
they mastered that lane. You know what I'm saying?
The thing about Houdini is they was kind of stuck in their lane, right? Like they,
Right.
Houdini was just, they was too 80s, right? They couldn't cross over into the 90s because that wasn't who they was. They was too 80s. Like Run DMC was kind of the group that kind of made it so the 90s people could cross over. They kind of like they was kind of like the hard hitting type group that, you know, with the 90s hip hop kind of twisting it around. Right. But Houdini wasn't that. Houdini was kind of, you know, the more party, throw your hands in the air type. You know, they was 280s.
Yeah. Kumo D couldn't cross over either. Kumo D, Spoonie G, they couldn't cross over either, man, for some reason.
Now they couldn't cross over from the 80s to the early 80s to the late 80s.
R&B disco vibes. They was getting off.
Kid and Play, they couldn't cross over. Like,
you know who else they have?
You know, Kid and Play, they kind of didn't have to after House Party.
You know who else they have?
They should have stuck to acting. They should have stuck to acting. That's
Kumo D got a YouTube channel. Yo, he still got them sports shades on, bro. Them same shits from the 80s.
No,
he's still wearing them shits. Yeah, he's still wearing them shits.
Yeah, but that's a trademark. But
he's still wearing them shits, man.
That's a trademark. But yeah,
come on.
You know what, man? I just found out that he played Jamal in Panther.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that was him, man.
Roles. He had a couple roles. But yeah, he was in Panther.
Yeah, I didn't know it. Oh man.
Yeah, he played a couple roles, but yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah, I didn't know it.
But Kid and Play should have stuck to acting. They should have tried to get more roles. Like Conscious was talking about Class Act. Class Act was actually good. That was
they movie wasn't bad, and that was the thing. And they should have kept it. It wasn't like they made bad movies. They should have made money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they.
I thought the house parties. I thought the house parties were good. I thought they were fun.
I don't know about that.
Because look what it did for Will. Will was like, "Yo, I'm 280s, but for this 90s stuff, man, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with his acting. I see what his rap stuff's going, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick here." And then you saw what that ended up doing for him, right? And so
that's what
Kid and Play should have did.
Y'all think he's the best crossover rapper actor?
Yeah, we got a lot more groups and rappers that we left in the 80s, man.
What was your question? You think he's the best rapper / actor, like besides Queen? I'm trying to think who else could be, but them two.
LL.
You think LL better than Will Smith?
Oh, musically, nobody.
Musically, not acting.
Oh yeah. Musically,
LL's better acting Will Smith.
Oh man, that Walking with a Panther, bro. Whew, you don't know how many times I used to play that as a kid. That was my shit.
Oh, you talking about as far as rapping goes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we know LL ain't a better actor than Will.
No, I don't think he's a better actor. No.
Nah, he ain't no better actor. As far as rapping, I don't know, man. That could be a.
But Cube better.
LL.
Cube's a good actor.
Well, no, it's LL because LL albums better.
You know what? Cube might be as far as like, because Cube was a good actor and rapper.
Yeah.
Now, see, like Will Smith's a better actor, hands down, than he is rapper. Like, you know, like you could debate people what Cube is better at between acting and rapping.
I think Cube is probably the best. He probably the best at both.
That's what I'm saying. If we talk about more balance, like who succeeded in both, yeah, I would say Cube. If we talking about who's the best at both, because I see weaknesses in Will Smith's rapping, I see weaknesses in LL's acting. I don't see weaknesses in Cube acting or
neither rapping, side of Cube. Neither side. His acting is on par,
because he can compete with LL lyrically, and he can compete with Will Smith.
Exactly.
I think Ice Cube's Death Certificate is one of like the best complete albums ever. Like from beginning to end, I can always listen to that.
Death Certificate. What's his name? Yeah,
like one of my
Death
favorites.
Certificate was crazy.
I think Will Smith had one of the best DJs in the game too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jeff was fuck.
He got a YouTube channel.
And we can't forget Latifah, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Latifah, that's what I'm saying. Latifah good too, and she was a spitter.
Now, that's her all day long. We just talking females. Nobody did it better.
Speaking of the 80s, right? Salt and Pepper got left back in the 80s too, didn't they?
Kind of, sort of. Well, they had a little run in the early 90s. When I think they did What a Man and all that stuff. All that came out in the early 90s. So they still was okay in the early 90s, but by the mid 90s they was done.
Naughty by Nature got left in the 90s, didn't it? Didn't they phase out in the 90s?
Naughty by Nature kind of had like that one.
They came out in the late 80s. They didn't fizzle out to about the mid 90s. About
That's what I'm saying. They
mid-90s,
phased out in the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Hip Hop Parade was their last big mega hit.
No, they still had the craziest and the craziest album and all that came out afterwards. That they had a couple of cuts. That was the last album, was the one that they did the craziest on. That was the last one that actually had some songs on there.
Church, man, he used to flow, man. That first album, if you ain't never been to the ghetto, stay the fuck out of the ghetto.
That's real talk. That's one of the realest
the
quotes. Word up. That's one of the realest quotes ever.
I was like, I'm never going there, buddy.
Yeah, come my man's Mr. Nas, baby. Nasty Nas.
Yeah, Nas' Magic album is the illest shit out.
Yeah.
That's that shit. That shit is that shit. That's that shit. Nas' Magic album is that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best out of New York.
Hey man, why y'all think Cannabis didn't go further? I mean, he had the lyrical talent.
He went against LL, nigga.
Yeah, LL shut him down. Even if he had it, LL like, nah, it's either me or him.
But that nigga had to join the army. That nigga could go at no record label, get no deal nowhere.
What?
LL was pulling up on labels like, if you sign that nigga, you gotta fight me.
Get out.
Yeah.
Made that nigga join the army. That nigga
But didn't he
went to
do
war.
something with Wyclef and them? After that?
I don't think so.
He did something with Wyclef and them, didn't he?
I think that was
I don't follow that nigga career.
Right before that shit.
I like that song Wyclef and what's the girl name Mary J. Blige did.
That Please 911 shit.
Hey man, what was the whole thing with the Fugees and the cat John Forte? Did he go to jail or something?
Hell yeah.
Wait. Pushing that weight.
Is that why they broke up? Because he went to jail?
He wasn't really with them like that to break them up though. Like he wasn't part of their crew like that.
So AC, what you think? What y'all think going on in Russia, man? It's what, day 11, day 12?
I think that
synopsis of
the
it.
shit is I think the shit is worse on the ground than what people want to lead on to. And I think that every day it escalates to a level that nobody's really paying attention to because I don't know, Putin just said some shit and I don't know if people really, I don't know. It's just not being
I see a lot of propaganda going on. I see a lot of propaganda going on.
Yeah,
that's what they was talking about. Go ahead, second.
No, my bad. I was just saying I see a lot of propaganda, a lot of narratives being spun on both sides. Like, you know, because I remember they was trying to give off the perception that the Ukrainians are fighting back. They're not giving up the land and Putin was losing. Remember they were saying all that last week.
Yeah.
Losing, he's getting his ass kicked and all this other stuff. I'm like, man, why are y'all spreading this dumb shit like Putin ain't about the mother? And the very next day they had me and Arthur just talked about this yesterday. They had 40 miles worth of fucking tanks riding into the motherfucking country, back bumper to bumper tanks.
Yeah, they've been on standby. You know, it was a convoy. They've been on standby waiting.
Right.
And how is anybody being fooled by that? When they kicking off Africans out of the transportation to get their people on there and out of there first.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And see, that's
I'm sorry, y'all still stuck on hip hop, but I'm trying
that's why it was the whole point of not taking a side in this situation, because when you have scenarios like that, where you have African, students trying to get out, they're being pushed back and like, no, the Ukrainians got to go first. Like, well, why can't we go with everybody? Like, it's just, that's why I haven't chosen a side, because this ain't my fight, man. Like, this really ain't my fight. But I really think that the propaganda is blinding the people to what Russia is really accomplishing on the ground and how far this could go in order for Ukraine to be saved by the NATO forces or by their supposedly allies. Like, there's going to be an intervention. There's going to be an interdiction between America and Russian forces. It's going to be unavoidable. I'm sorry to say it's going to be unavoidable, because the situation on the ground is totally not what the situation is on social media or in the major media networks. It's really not on the ground. It's much more serious. And he's really like, yo, please give us a no-fly zone. And if they create a no-fly zone, it's World War III. It's no way to avoid it, because a no-fly zone is complete. No one in the air. If anyone is in the air, we will shoot it down. We're not going to give no warning. None of that. The warning was given when we said it's a no-fly zone. So if you come in here, we're going to shoot it down. If America or any NATO force shoots down a Russian plane, it's on and popping. So the only way that Ukraine can be saved from a total takeover in the next week or two, I mean, it's a no-fly zone.
World War III.
And for me, crazy that,
yeah, that's what I was about to say. Don't you think if NATO or US move on him, he gonna start it anyway?
Yeah,
no matter what we do.
III. It's gonna be World War III.
No, I think the reason why they're showing so much about the African countries that don't want to back them will use that, the way you're treating Africans and all that other stuff. I don't think we should stay in this. This is stay out of it. It's gonna give them an excuse.
Nah, that's not true. That's not true. That has nothing to do, in my opinion. That's just straight racism, saying we don't care about y'all. We got to get our people out, and ain't nobody asked y'all to come here, so y'all got to get out of here on your own. That's all that is. Plain and simple.
But if a country wants to,
we can't even make that nothing other than that.
Have nothing to do with it, or stay out of. They could be used that as an excuse.
I mean, people who, I don't know, those who are in it are already in it. Those who are already trying to help Ukraine fight off Russia are already in it. Whoever chose their side to be on Russia already chose the side to be on Russia. There's no new participants that's about to pop up or, not choose a side based on some African immigrants not having the ability to escape a war zone. No, I don't see any countries making.
They're not moving based on that.
Yeah, I don't see any country, especially any European country making a move, or any white-based country making a move based on how some
that's just collateral damage. That's a collateral damage.
Right, but what is he?
No. I'm not saying there. I'm talking about somebody who not European, like.
Well, I mean, the people that is not European wasn't going to choose their side anyway.
They're gonna have to stay in it, because the logic is either you stand, because who says Putin's gonna stop with the Ukraine?
I mean, but he's not coming from no African country. He's only going for European country.
Where it was.
Yeah, he got to take over
Europe
first.
I mean, but those are not.
He got to take over Europe before he takes over Africa.
That formerly belonged to the USSR.
Yeah, he got to take over.
Yeah, but he's not going to succeed at that. You got to be. Yeah, you got to be crazy at this point to think that's actually going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not doing it.
He's concerned about his neighbor. He's concerned about his neighboring countries. That's what he's concerned about.
Yeah, if he actually believes he's going to do that, he's crazy.
Like, because again, it's about the military. It's about military defenses. NATO already has control of Poland, right?
Yeah.
And now Ukraine is the closest country next to Moscow. Now, if NATO takes over the Ukraine, they right next to that's too close to Moscow for them. That's why Putin's acting this way. A lot of people want to leave that part out, because as far as like the American propaganda, they want to leave that part out.
I can't have my enemy in my front yard.
Right.
With a laser on my head.
Right.
So why is he going?
Ukraine was the distance between Moscow. That was the border between Moscow and Poland. Right. So now
what is he on?
There is no more bumper zone. They right there.
What is he on?
Like you said.
What is he on nuclear alert for?
To keep them out of his front yard.
It's a chess move.
That's to make the other countries back down.
Yeah.
They said, no, you stay out of this. Let me deal what I'm going to deal with Ukraine, and y'all stay out of it.
That's true. Dude said he wasn't a general, but he was a spy. But like, he was a wiki spy, like
you ain't
intelligence
firing
spy,
shit.
like he know how. Like Putin.
I think people underestimate this dude, man. I really
man, he was the top KGB
like this
dude.
Man,
like,
listen. This is 2022. We live in 2022. If you ain't aware of that, it's 2022. Not 1992, 72, 82, 2002. It's 2022. This motherfucker just took an army into a country and is bombing that motherfucker when we supposed to be civilized and moving into a technology, curing cancer. This motherfucker said, fuck all that. I'm going to war. straight up in 2022. Like, we're not supposed to be at war. We're supposed to be becoming civilized, evolving. This motherfucker said, fuck all that.
So, I mean, but
I wouldn't
that's no
underestimate
different
nothing
than
that
Trump
he's talking
taking
about.
over and dropping the mother raw bombs and carpet bombing the shit out of human beings.
Dog,
but I mean, that's been since the beginning of time, though, AC.
Huh?
You don't think destruction and war? That's been since the beginning of time. Man,
He dropped the mother of all bombs and nobody said nothing about it.
Listen. It's not whether war has been about all times. It's about man. The war stopped because man seeking evolution. Man is seeking a different way.
Yeah,
so if man has went 70 years on the planet without having any closeness to a world war besides 1960, the Bay of Pigs shit, and now he's like on the precipice of a straight up world war with almost nuclear ramifications lurking on the backside. Like, I don't want to equate that to just a coincidence that war happens. No, I wouldn't do that, especially in man's pursuit of not being a part of war and creating NATO and shit like that to avert war, creating the UN, creating the League of Nations and all that type of shit to avert war. So for a man to openly conduct war in 2020 on the back end of a worldwide pandemic that killed millions just says a lot about who that man is and what his true intentions is and his dismissiveness of any other thought or notions. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he definitely don't give a fuck. Excuse my French. Definitely don't care. That is crazy.
Want to see how this is going to end.
I mean, as soon as he shoot a nuke, though, it's pretty much over for everybody. Because you're going to have to shoot a nuke back. Ain't that the protocol?
I don't think even if he does overpower the Ukraine, they're not going to let him. This is not going to stop. You know, they're going to try to get it away from him. So this is going to get pretty bad, man.
Eventually, he'll go after Poland. I don't care. Nobody say.
He's going to get Moldova
That's
first.
what I was saying.
He's going to get Moldova first.
NATO
he got to get Moldova first.
Eventually. But he got to get Ukraine first.
Well, if he goes to Poland, then we can pretty much.
Before he go into Poland, he got to get Moldova. Because he got to have that South port. He got to bring all that shit in because he just took Crimea. He taken Odessa, which borders Moldova. He already taken everything that's west of him, west of the Russian border on the Black Sea. So once he gets all that on the Black Sea, he's gonna take Moldova, and that'll be able to allow him to get logistics and shit in the water to bomb Poland from the south. He's already coming from the east, you know what I'm saying, through Ukraine. Once he get Ukraine, and then he already coming down north from Belarus and Russia. So he on his ass.
He wants to reshape the USSR. He wants to reshape the USSR.
Reshape that bitch right back to how it was.
So how long y'all think he been planning this?
Since he got in office. Since he got in office, just waiting for his right moment. Yep, just waiting for the right moment. You need to build Russia back up again a little bit so they're strong enough. Need to lull people to sleep a little bit, and then just wait for the right time. And once NATO and Ukraine was trying to cut deals and everything else, and Trump was out of office, that I agree with that part. Somebody in chat said he waited for Trump to get out of office to try this. I agree. But yeah, he was playing this the whole time.
I want to say this, right? Like in our country, we see corporations fail, right? And then they go hire like the genius CEO who come to recover the company and put it back together. That's what Putin was. He was all right, we got to go get the tough motherfucker to come in and fix the company because the company went bankrupt. The company called USSR went bankrupt, and they lost a lot of their assets, like Ukraine and Poland and Chechnya and Germany and Georgia and Crimea and all that shit. They Moldova, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan. They lost all that shit, right? They lost all of it. between
But they still had the
1991
oil,
and
didn't they?
1995. And what Putin was, he was the installation of the motherfucker who can get it together. And that's what he did. He put the company back together. It's moving and grooving. Niggas is buying Gucci, Prada, and
Yeah,
all
he's
that.
from the
He like,
old
all right,
guard.
now, in order for us to really pop, I gotta go get the rest of our shit back. It's gonna
Yeah.
be hard. We're gonna suffer a little bit, but I guarantee you,
Kind of like Hitler, World War II. Hitler came from the old guard from World War One. He came
Right.
from the old guard, and when he got in the office, he wanted to try to bring Germany back to prominence. He was still butthurt from World War One, and he didn't let those old feelings go. Same thing with Putin. He didn't let those old feelings go from when they lost the Cold War, and he's been
where do we
scheming
stand
for the whole time.
Exactly.
So where do we stand in all of this? We're gonna let him do it, and we're gonna mind our own business. Where do we stand in all that?
I think we stand at a perilous point because I don't think if we go to war with them, I think there's gonna be a problem with recruitment if Biden is the president. And then I hate to say that because I want a Democrat to be the president. I don't, but I think a lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna go to war because Biden is the president, and it's gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna go to. Then they're gonna enact the draft.
That's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm seeing things saying that he's worse than Trump.
Don't we got
people saying he's the worst
don't we got
president
drones
ever?
now and robots? We ain't gotta fight wars no more, right?
Yeah, but you can neutralize drones.
As a president, Trump, Biden is so successful economically that it's almost laughable, but nobody talks about it. The shit that he's doing in the economy and jobs and all that shit is some unheard of shit. But because we are not dumb people, we have lived life. We all got a nana, we all got a grandpa, and we all got an old person, and we watching this old ass dude do this job, and it's cringeworthy. Because our brain knows what the fuck we're seeing. And it's so unfortunate that this old motherfucker had to come pitch in to save us from the piece of shit that we just had as president. And that's the bad part. Like, if we really want to look at something, let's look at this old motherfucker had to be the one and come in to save us.
But that's what the people voted for. We didn't vote for that.
But wait a minute.
That was our only option.
Wait, I'm confused.
No, you don't think Cory Booker could have handled it?
If Trump would have been the president, we would have failed as a country, dog.
No, I'm saying like when they were doing the Democratic.
Like I don't understand how people don't realize like this nigga would have sank the country.
No, I absolutely agree with you on that. I'm saying between all the Democratic candidates that they had back then, you think Joe was the only and the best?
People wasn't going to vote for those people, man. No, people wasn't going to vote for those people. Hell,
yeah, but they're saying that he the worst president.
They're saying the white racist people are saying. They're saying.
The Republicans naturally gonna say the Democratic.
The people that voted for him are saying like, "Damn, we wish you wasn't this old, and we wish we didn't have to pull you into this fight for us." You know what I'm saying? Because you too old to do this. And that's the problem. But the nigga is making moves. His economy is humming. He's just too fucking old for the job, man.
Do you think it should be an age limit on jobs like that?
I just don't think. Yeah, I think that we should never subject ourselves to this shit again.
Well, Reagan was the oldest president we had, right? It was like 70.
And look, he couldn't remember nothing. Like his wife,
he
said the same thing in a speech, fucking 3 times in a row. For somebody realized he said the same fucking thing 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So we can't keep subjecting ourselves to that. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit gonna fail us, man. Because our brain ain't gonna tell us that we're not seeing a elderly person, and we're not. You know what I'm saying? It's just we can't ignore that. You can't ignore that particular reality, no matter how hard you try.
I think we fell so far back, especially after nominating and getting Biden in twice to go back to it. Like, I don't want to say the old white man system, but like the good old boys network type. Why did we go so far back? Because Trump was way back. Like he was a throwback. There's no way you would equate Trump getting elected after Obama. That's what I found so fascinating about everything.
Trump was a Klan member.
But that's what I'm saying. Like after Obama, I know the media played a huge part in that, but like they made Obama look bad, and he didn't even really have too many scandals. I can't really think of one but the tan suit. But and then that's what I'm saying, to elect Trump after that.
This is going to be very interesting, man. See what all of this leads to.
Yeah. And it's still just the third month of the year. Damn.
Well, we're not at war, but a country is at war, so it's a big one.
Yo, that motherfucker dropped a bomb on the airport today. That motherfucking missile go 5,000 kilometers. That should go 5,500 kilometers, dog. What's that? That's about 4,000 miles.
Who dropped the bomb?
A fucking missile, dog. They fired a missile today. I think that hit the airport. That motherfucker go about it's capable of going 5,000 kilometers, 5,500 kilometers.
That's big. That's pretty rangy there.
So he trying to take out the airport to what?
He took that bitch out. Ain't no trying. He took that.
Well,
bitch
I'm saying,
out.
what was the purpose though? To kill the.
He hit the military side and the civilian side.
Oh, that's crazy.
See, that's fucked up, man.
Oh, go ahead.
You know, I think you should be restricted to just military targets. You know, hitting civilian spots, man. It's too risky. You know, you're killing innocent people. It really ain't got shit to do with this war.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I don't believe anybody in any country should be dying like that, man. You know, regardless of race, creed, or whatever. You know, just stick to your military targets. I mean, bombing a civilian airport. Hopefully, they evacuated the airport and there was nobody in there at the time.
I know, tell him what that dude. Was there any casualties?
Come on, man. I don't know, man. It had a military side to it too, so it is. You know what I mean? I don't know. So, but I think there was casualties on both sides, the civilian side and the military side.
I mean, how long before this turns into a war? Is it another week? Another 2 weeks?
It is a war. Shit, that's
a war right now.
You know what I mean? Like a full-fledged
World War. That shit is a war.
Yeah, you got tanks out there. You got
that shit is a super war. Shit.
Yeah, I mean to negate the fact that they in war, but I'm saying we're past the point of no return because it almost seemed like they stalling.
I saw one where they had tanks coming through. They was on something. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, oh wow, they opened it up out there, man.
Yeah, they opened it up like a field training.
Yeah.
So you think they're gonna have some boys on the ground in a minute?
They out there. They doing they do.
All right, excuse me, gentlemen. I'm gonna have to leave y'all. Y'all have a good night.
All right, thank you.
All right, Dan. Okay, talk to you later, Dan.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, man. Sad that this is gonna have to go down, but you know.
Yeah, definitely. So you got a show coming up not too soon, huh?
No, I ain't doing another day, man. I'm done for the weekend.
Oh,
I'm getting ready to go monetize my channel. I got to sign up for the monetization and whatnot.
Okay, congratulations on that, man.
I appreciate it. Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that later on today.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm about to go and get ready for the work week myself, man. Thank you for coming up.
No problem, man. I'll let you conscious.
All right, man.
I support you, man. All right.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, I guess it didn't really turn into an RBR talk, huh? That's good. We turned it into something a little bit different. But I want to thank everybody for coming. And before you leave, if you have a channel, please drop the channel link in the chat so people can go and subscribe and like your channel. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all be safe.